He was out here getting
Mississippi.
in Mississippi.
It's Fire 716. Let's go.
It's Big Frank in the morning. Jay Cherie keeping it going. We got them hot topics, local news, and BGC flowing. We got Big Kev on the air. Dark Knight flying in here. It's Fire 716 and we rocking it here. Hey. Wow. He's like, this is still part of your history and our heritage. You're a racist. Just admit to being a racist.
Fire 716, your boy Big Frank. You locked into Big Frank in the morning. What it is, what's up? Locked in the room with me, Jake Cherie, Kevin on air.
Yeah.
I mean, Daniel the Dark Knight. What's going on? How you feeling? How you breathing? How you living? How was your weekend? Talk about it. Talk about it.
It was good. I was at work, but I've been watching just the World Cup, so I've been excited.
Okay, what's the World Cup?
Soccer.
Clearly, somebody was in my Uber talking about World Cup, and I was just like, no dialogue here, unfortunately.
Like it's soccer.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
So-
Good stuff.
Love it.
I'm not a big soccer person, but I appreciate the sport
Yeah.
because I played it for like 1 year in grammar school.
See if my son said, Dad, I want to play soccer. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Money is, man.
You know, it's not even that for me. Nobody in my culture makes plates to eat food to watch soccer. So I was, so therefore, it wasn't introduced to me
It's not one of those who's cooking to watch this.
to watch this.
Pull up watching
Soccer.
Football.
My brothers may do it, but like,
Yeah.
those only people I
Yeah,
know.
that's crazy because like, nobody made chicken wing dip or nothing for me for the soccer.
No.
So I'm not
I'm not
tapped
gonna
in.
acknowledge the fact that I like soccer.
You know,
You're alone in this.
Right.
Just be
Jason-
happy in your struggle.
Jason, how was your weekend?
Long. Oh, geez, then I got the hiccups as a grown person. No, it was long. It was good. Had some interesting conversations yesterday after church, and I was like, okay, just a lot to think about, but really just second service. That man, that Big Frank,
No.
in second service,
doctor.
was everything that I needed at that moment. Like I understood, like we definitely missed.
It was the Lord.
We definitely missed the presence of our pastor being in the building, but I feel like that was such a necessary experience, especially for the leadership.
Yeah.
We needed that.
Yeah.
Like I really just I personally needed that pour out. I needed to have that space where, because like, you know, I was saying at first service when I had to preach, there's stuff that I couldn't tell nobody in my space.
Yeah.
The things that I was dealing with.
Valid. Good
I
morning.
couldn't articulate it or I couldn't tell it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
second service was definitely everything that I needed. And then I got no sleep last night. So
Yeah.
now I got the hiccups and I'm tired. My body's just giving up on me at this point.
Valid. Kevin, how was your weekend?
My weekend was great. Ended on a good note.
Good stuff.
Yeah, Doc. I'm gonna have to piggyback off what Jess said, Doc.
It's crazy.
Because for real, Doc, we don't understand like what I've been going through lately.
Yeah.
Is not really it's a relationship.
Yeah.
It looks like that, but it's a mental battle.
Valid.
Not allowing those things to destroy you or break you down in the midst of it.
Yeah.
Because at that moment is when you make those drastic decisions.
Yeah. No.
Those moments
Valid.
is like the fence with the nails in the holes in it. You know what I'm saying? Those scars don't go away.
Yeah.
But the mental part, like, okay, it's just a fence. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It'll get back to where it once was.
Yeah.
Those things. And then your message was just confirmation about everything going on, Doc.
That's crazy. Listen, I ain't hold it be the Lord. And it sound like, oh, Frank, y'all don't understand.
Use ya.
You know, it definitely be the Lord, and the preacher needed the word. Yeah, I mean, I said before you an open door. Yes,
No,
God.
fact.
And the fact that you know where I am right now, oh God, okay. Because when he gave it to me that morning, I was just like, yo, for those who are listening, what did y'all talk about? I preached yesterday, and the Lord gave me Revelation chapter 3, verse 8, and then verse 11. And it talked about, I know where you are. I know what you got going on, but I set before you an open door, and it's a door that no man can shut. And it just talked about really just what God is about to do, and I can't explain it for real, because I just believe it. But listen, my weekend was my weekend was emotionally up and down, to be honest. But overall was good. You know, just the things that occurred just required me to put more pressure on what I got to do in this life while I have the time. So yeah. Without giving you all the tea, okay. But definitely put pressure on me. Just like, okay, Frank, it's time to, the word I said Sunday was submerge, to just submerge in it and just let God be God and just be, I'm gonna just say how I hear it. Be willing to lose the name that you already have for yourself. Like, I know what you represent now. I know what you've been. Be willing to lose that name and embrace this new level, this new name I'm about to release to you, which is going to take you to a place that you never thought coming. Like, the name. It's just about to
for your namesake.
For your namesake, I'm about to change the name. So I ain't here to be. I ain't prophesying this morning. It's heavy. But if you need a prophetic word, you can call Miss Cleo. No.
Call me now.
Yo, my chest itch. Not because I'm on crack or drugs, but I shave my chest and it's
why would you shave your chest?
Yeah, sometimes you just don't want to be. I mean,
I'm
over it.
I don't want to be taco
meat. It's a lot happening. It's good hair, but
learn about my brother.
Because it's good hair. Like, it's not even like knotted up. It's long. It is smooth. But I just like what happened was I started here. And I was going back, and I just been.
So you use clippers or did you use a razor?
Use clippers. My skin.
Why is it itching?
I can't use razors. It's too skin. Like, the barber can do a little
line up,
but they go too much. Them little herpy bumps.
Yeah.
Listen to me. Real thing. No, the first time I used a razor, I was like, oh, okay, I ain't being grown. Them little white bumps start popping up. I'm not going outside. I'm not going anywhere. I said, oh, what is happening to me? I'm gonna get tested. I didn't know. But yeah, so yeah, for all my first time shavers, if you don't know if you watch your skin, then the white bumps popped up. It was a bunch of them too, like, because I had took I was doing the D at the time. I had took all. I was trying to be grown.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You look better with facial hair.
So I look good regardless. Okay, listen. You know, even with the face dissipated and gone. Okay, this jawline. Okay, not fat, proper. Ain't that dumb? It's going down this morning, yo. We get back. We get into Big Girl Chronicles. Listen, if you want to advertise your show, you want to advertise your business, reach out to Fire 716 Radio at 716-391. I feel like that number is so wrong all the time, but I'd be so right every time. 716-371-1903. That's 716-371-1903. Advertisement for $7.16. Just ask me how it's going down. Fire 716. Let's go. Let's get it. Coming up, we got Doja Cat. Let's go. Good morning.
In the conversation I had yesterday,
yes,
did not realize, like, this person brought it to my attention. 2 weeks prior, Pastor preached from the same text. Did not know that because I was there because I was in school. There was a difference between the words. Okay, that's interesting. So, no, I'm not saying that either one of you was off. I'm just saying, I just find it interesting. 2 weeks, in between 2 weeks, y'all preach the same word.
Because there's always one word. That's a kingdom word. Welcome to the table.
I was like, because I never saw the 10 a.m. service that Sunday because I was in school. Once I got out of school, I shut the world off because I was tired of talking and listening. So I was like, real interesting.
Yeah. When there's a word at the house, the word's in the house. It's a kingdom word. And sometimes it's the same word, different angles because it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It got to be different.
It wasn't said in a bad way. I was just like, for real? Like, then it made me feel like an epic failure as a leader
Why?
I didn't watch that message.
And you what are you talking about? You're not always supposed to. Bishop doesn't.
You went back and seen it?
No.
Somebody
Somebody brought it to my attention. Like this
That's not a failure. That's a God move.
No, it wasn't. No, I wasn't thinking that.
Yeah.
Bad. I was just like, okay, like.
Oh yeah.
I was
Okay.
just like, oh, okay, this. I did not know that, but like I said, as a leader, I kind of felt a little janky because I was like, okay, you probably should have like watched that message.
So yeah, no support. It's fine. We know.
Because you didn't preach it like he preached.
Huh?
I said you didn't speak it like he spoke.
Yeah.
So it's a difference. They saw they.
No, pastor did the message.
Yeah, but had you saw it, you would have tried to change it. You would have been out of order for that.
Facts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's why preachers don't watch preachers.
Huh?
That's why some preachers don't watch preachers. With revival time, and there's a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to watch you. I'm about to do what God told me to do.
Facts.
Get sucked up in your message.
Yeah. Trying to change what I got.
Like, think that was good.
Let me
and because Frank knows me,
trying to compare where you can jump from one
Yeah.
to the other.
No, it wasn't even that, but because Frank knows me, I would have tried to change my message. I would have, because I'd have been like, I don't want them to think I'm trying to steal their word.
Nope.
But it was definitely.
I don't like the way she sounds on track.
Doja
I
Cat?
don't like the
she
fact,
got
I don't like Doja Cat.
cool
like
voice, but like not too much.
I like her. I like whoever does her beats for certain things.
Facts.
Because they just good. Like
Yeah.
dancing beats. Like if I was like doing stage stuff again, they just good for like some stage dancing.
Choreography.
Oh, about.
But like other than that, like I don't have any. I don't have no care for anything that comes out of her.
I discovered Doja Cat by accident. Like I was listening to the radio.
What is a Doja Cat?
And I was waiting for my Bluetooth to connect so I can go on Spotify. And they was like, and that was Doja Cat. I'm like, I'm not missing it.
Me too. I found it on a YouTube channel back when I was watching Where the Dance videos a lot.
Oh my goodness! Before the TV show came out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
They started putting out beats that other people was dancing to.
Oh yes.
One of them was a Doja Cat thing.
Got you.
Like, she said the same thing like 800 times. But I was like, she's tired.
Jay Shree, it's on you.
What's good, everybody? You already know what time it is. It is Big Girl Chronicles, and these hiccups are still here. Hard body. And when I tell you it's uncomfortable as an adult, it is super uncomfortable as an adult. But anyway, I want to talk about self-maintenance because y'all know I'm a part-time, not really therapist. I'm still in school, but people are still somehow soliciting my services. So I have to go under the guise of I'm giving you advice and not counseling so I don't get sued early. And it's like, oh my God, I have been, here we go. And I've been dealing with so much stuff. I feel overextended. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm trying to remain loyal. I'm trying to take care of my family. I'm trying to make sure I'm in school. I'm trying to make sure I'm doing my obligations at church or at work. And I'm doing all this. And I feel like I'm okay. And I feel like I'm losing myself. It actually does work.
I'm not knocking it, but it just looked real not.
If you're not on Facebook, you won't know what we're laughing at. But it was really like these individuals are at a place.
Real Kevin Gates is.
The place, the people are at the place of overextension, and with this overextension, they're not practicing self-maintenance. And so it's like, how do I, implement self-maintenance in my life? Because and I was telling them, you have to understand the value of self-maintenance. Yeah. It's really not about, sometimes taking a bubble bath. Yes, that's nice. It's not always, just about, oh, I'm gonna just have retail therapy. That's nice, but that's not always self-maintenance. Self-maintenance is a maintaining of your mental and emotional space while you are navigating through life. And with that, when your obligations, sometimes you have to say no in order to have self-maintenance. There's been days I love my church, I love my pastor, I love the people I labor with, but if I could not do it at that moment, not because I don't feel like it, So don't be out there talking about, Jay Cherie said, I need to do self-maintenance. No, not that I didn't feel like it. It was because I would have overextended myself to the fact that I wouldn't have performed at the top tier as Frank says, because I was drained and depleted. So in this edition of Big Girl Chronicles, I need you to take an evaluation of what is not necessary in this season and what you are doing out of loyalty. Or you're feeling like you have to do this because, that's a friend, that's a family member, that's somebody that, I don't want to let down because it's influencing and disrupting your self-maintenance. And you are not able to operate the way that you need to because now you're depleted, now you're drained, and now you have nothing left for yourself and you keep running on fumes. If you keep driving a car on fumes, eventually the car is going to conk out.
Good.
And this is how heart attacks and strokes and high blood pressure and even cancer happen because you're not doing proper self-maintenance. So in this edition of Big Girl Chronicles, take that time, even if it's an hour, 2 hours a day, 15 minutes, every hour on the hour. Self-maintenance is important because you're beautiful.
Yep.
You're intelligent. You're graceful. Yep. And he's a jerk.
You locked in the.
He's such a jerk. I would be the only person that gets hiccups on the freaking radio station. Like,
but you pushed through. You did real good. He's got to do a thing. God's about to
hear him until that one time.
Yeah, my body is so angry that I'm awake right now. That is doing everything to go.
That's valid. I say all the time that balance is not 50-50. That somebody suffers at some point, but it shouldn't always be the same person. It shouldn't always be you. I told you lady yesterday, even in service, I said, we make sometimes the joy of the Lord or life, we put that, how I say it, I'm tired. I talked to this young lady. And I told her that, listen, you put the joy of life so far away when it's really right in your hands. But the thing about it is you've exhausted yourself trying to do for everybody else you haven't done for yourself. You made yourself miserable. Tell them no. And you said something earlier. Sometimes it's those that we love. I love you, but I can't. I love you, but I won't.
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, I love you, but I could, but I'm not.
I want to, but I'm not.
I'm not going to. It's just not worth it. Somebody randomly, he might be watching. I was Ubering, and he called me, and I still don't know who he is all the way. I got his name. We got a reference point, but I don't have a face. He has no profile picture, so you're not real. But he only called me because he's like, "Oh, can you pick me up and take me to work?" No, again, who are you? And not like who are you, but like, that sounds so mean. But it was just like, no, I'm working right. I'm Ubering. I'm on the other side of town. I'm not come over there to get you, take you to work. I gotta go to work.
You got gas money?
Listen, what's the exchange here? I don't know what you thought this was. Right, I don't mind giving out rides occasionally, but don't call me with the fake hello for a ride.
No fact.
Ain't that y'all this? Hey, y'all, just check your suit. Man, if I watch you on the phone, you can give me a ride to. No, just be honest.
You called me.
Yo, the DM slider used to do that to me all the time.
Yeah, right.
I'm serious.
That's crazy. That's wild.
Yo,
that's wild. Listen, it's going down. We're getting back, y'all. We're getting into the question of the day, and the question of the day is:
what do you consider a cheap date?
What do you consider a cheap date? Is going down. Fire 716 Big Frank in the morning. Come on, we got Beyonce. You won't break my soul right on fire. 716. Let's go. Let's get it. This joint. Ah!
It's the fact that when this song first came out, every time I turned on my car,
you heard it.
I never wanted to hear the complete version of the song because every time I turned on a car, that was all. I was like, I never want to hear this whole song. I never want to hear what the rest of the lyrics are. Never.
You can shout to this.
Listen, this is nothing but house music
and church music.
This is a church song. The beginning of the song.
Everybody steals from
the whole thing
is somebody else's.
It's the house. It's the basic house beat.
Yeah.
That's the move. That's why Drake, his whole album, it's all about hips, and hips.
Yeah.
It's just This is what it is.
I haven't
Right,
been
legit.
a fan of Drake in a long time.
But the Drake the last album Drake ain't the Drake that you these two. This is
last album Drake, he was just upset with every woman in the world.
He had trust
this
issues.
joint ain't nothing.
He had trust issues.
Yeah,
Mad at
the
everybody.
Drake that sound like house music all the time
Yeah,
ain't nothing but hip shaking.
facts.
But at the same time, you think, oh, that's crazy. But that's all TikTok get. Tik is them hips.
Yeah.
Everybody need a hip replacement. Before anybody, why this generation need all
Why
these
you?
hips?
What's wrong with your
You
head?
know,
This is
all
why
them
my
TikToking
generation
and-
people all got bad knees. Because when we were coming up, it was
Freak
all knee dances. Every single knee dance. Every knee. Why y'all got bad knees at 40? Check the music that we was listening to, bro.
Freak Nick.
Everything was knees. Popping knees. Dropping knees. Everything
Yo.
knees. Just this. The whole time. Up and down, jacking up your knees. That's it.
Be watching TV on my Peacock. I've never watched real nothing in my life.
On Peacock?
Yes.
Oh shoot, I
No,
watch.
I'm
Yo,
just saying,
Peacock got some good
I said
stuff.
I've never. I said
Yo,
who
that's
be
sad.
watching stuff on my Peacock.
On yours.
I've never watched a real house nothing.
That status that you put up there on Trixie did. I just get Kevin Gates out of that.
Yeah.
Because that's the only reason why I actually have a subscription to Peacock, because they got The Office.
Oh, Peacock
No,
Peacock got great shows.
Bel Air
Yeah.
I'm not
took
talking
me by
about-
surprise.
Not even Bel Air. Like they got a lot of good shows. I haven't watched them.
No fact, but that's the only reason why I had ended up getting Peacock for Bel Air.
Yeah.
Bel Air ended up doing its due
And they got all
diligence.
the old George Lopez episodes. I like the
Facts.
show.
They got
Yeah.
Yo,
they got the
anything-
George Lopez news show. I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched
I
it
need
yet, but
to
They
I
got
need
this
to.
find-
show called Grand Crew. I love it. It's like black. It's like black. It's like Friends, but black. All black people. It's
Oh no, that's sweet.
so much better.
I would somebody need to put all the seasons of Fresh Prince. I want to watch all the way through.
And Martin.
And
And
Martin.
Just watch Martin.
But no, BET usually has Martin episodes though.
Yeah,
BET
but see that's the thing with BET and TV. They go in their own order. Like they got their moments where they got like 3 episodes that go in order, but then it's like season 4, a season out of season 4. You know what I mean? Like no.
But you know,
Give me-
Drive, though,
let me go all the way
yo,
through.
Tubi be having good movies too.
Tubi?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I was like, yo,
Oh, if y'all want to know, soaptoday.to has good films that are in theaters.
Text that. Yeah. Send it in the group.
yeah, because they had
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning,
Temptation
good morning.
movie, the Michael Jackson.
I probably
jump
didn't tell y'all that
off.
as a man of God, but hey, that's where I be at.
Listen, it is nothing wrong with watching movies. What?
I
I just
love
have a
movies.
thing about certain movies that I just don't watch. I don't watch movies that mess with my spirit. I mean, but everything else.
Fire 716, your boy Big Frank. You're locked in at Big Frank in the morning. Good morning. It is currently 29 minutes past the top of the hour. Matter of fact, it's 30 minutes now. We just like that. It's going down this morning in the city of Niagara Falls. It is a certain amount of degrees outside, and guess what? You're gonna find out when you get outside because you won't break my soul. It's going down. Fire 716. Jay Cherie, kept
In
on
the
air.
building.
Day of Dark Night. We in the building. We here. Listen.
Yo, I'm mad these hiccups went away right after Big Girl Chronicles. Yo.
What happens?
So angry about this.
Yep, it'd be like that. Yeah, my girl, she was hiccuping all.
And they was my brothers ain't got no love for me because they was clowning me the whole time. No
It'd be
love.
like that, you know. You growing pains. What is it? I'm growing up.
Aggravated.
Getting bigger.
just
That is crazy.
aggravated.
Question of the day. What do you consider
A cheap date.
a cheap date?
So the backstory is a young lady was going on a date with a guy. They was gonna go to dinner and a movie. On the way to the movie, the dude stops at the Dollar Tree to get some candy and some snacks. She realizes what he's going to the Dollar Tree for, calls an Uber and goes home, and then texts him, "I don't do cheap dates."
Bob.
You spent the money for the Uber.
Um,
nothing to do with that.
Like you, I mean, you're not for me, bro. Bye. Like I don't know. Okay, that's mad petty. That's mad petty. I don't need you. Okay,
Not at all. Listen,
you're not required for me, and that's okay.
what are you bringing to the table?
I'm.
Let's be honest. We could have sat in the house and you could have cooked, and we could have watched movies for the first date and vibed on a different level. But you want to be bougie. And
Okay, no. First of all,
spend $25,000 on a date.
First of all, we ain't cooking on no first date.
Why not?
First, you're not getting quality if you're not trying to approach with quality. You just said y'all not giving top tier with first date, but you expect to cook
No. See that the difference is the level of maturity.
Yeah,
because kids go to movies. Not knocking adults that go to movies, but I love going to the movies. Don't get me wrong, but like kids want to go to the movies on weekends. You know what I'm saying? Like, not too many adults are going out to the movies lately because it's Netflix and chill season. It's Netflix and chill. You know what I'm saying? It's cold outside.
You not
no,
getting
it is maturity because at the end of the day,
well into a relationship.
Because at the end of the day, right?
No.
So say we had a date set up. Hey, listen, something came up and I can't necessarily do X, Y, and Z. So how about you come over and I cook for you and we watch movies X, Y, and Z, or you know what I'm saying? What's wrong with that?
That's up to her.
No, that's you put the ball in her court.
So
you see what I'm saying? So
now I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not about to explain the situation.
Not at all.
What I'm gonna do is finesse it and change the game. I'm not going to tell you that there's been a financial hiccup and I can't. No. This is what we're about to do. We're not going to the movies. I'm gonna lie. We're not going. I'm gonna tell you why. Because to you, we're not going to movies because I'm trying to be out of the box, something different, something crazy, something sporadic.
No, to her,
to me, I know. I got food stamps. I can do a whole lot more with the FS and some candles, some Luther, and set a vibe than I can the movie.
Going to the movies and the candy. It's like you eating fat snacks at the movies.
So why you believing I'm being all romantic and nice and top tiering?
I'm saving money.
Okay, my presentation just happens to be proper. Okay,
Yes.
My delivery to this good old sirloin steak with a little good lobster. You don't know you candles lit. Oh, let me Frank, you lying? Let me show you how I got my wife. So literally, now I'm gonna tell you how my flex was. Okay, cheap date because I went. I got candles. I got the candles. I spelled her name out on the ground with these the joints. I had the tent outside. I got the personal chef. Watch how crazy this is. Arab dude at the corner store joint. He sauteed something up. He made her. She gonna get chicken and French fries. She different. So, she got chicken and French fries. She had candles lit. Candles. We had the tiki torches. You know, I made this. You know, boom. We had music playing. Boom.
Yeah.
Created. Budget friendly because I was I was living my faith. Listen, it was all God. God, if you're not doing it, we in trouble.
But I would I wouldn't consider that a cheap date without saying like maybe I took what you said wrong. I wouldn't put an expectation on a woman that on the first date she should cook.
Why?
I don't think that's fair.
I don't.
Why?
I no.
But why not though?
No.
Why? You're not giving me an explanation.
Because for most women, us cooking for you, that is relationship. That's when we in relationship.
You know, as a woman, women,
like I said,
women nurture.
I agree with you because I don't think it's necessarily fair to have that expectation that is what's gonna happen.
Cook on the first date.
No.
If it happens, that's one thing. To have the expectation that she's gonna cook for me is.
That's why you have the conversation.
We ain't close like that, bro. Like we getting to know each other.
Because if I'm cooking for you, that means you coming into my personal space. Not on the first day. You're not gonna know where I live.
But if I cook for you, it's okay, and it's okay for you to know where I live and all this extra nonsense. But it's not okay for the woman to go through these things.
Was they at Frank's house when you had your first date?
No, not my, because she would have been down.
So that he wasn't at the house when he did that. When he did that,
Where was you at when you did that?
Use my aunt's house, her backyard,
My point. Where were you living at?
the basement.
At where?
That's a different aunt.
Okay.
Different
Okay.
aunt.
Okay.
Different. So
Okay.
where I was in my 2x4 basement living, I didn't take her there. I
Got
took her
you.
to my aunt Sadie's house. We use her backyard.
Reception.
No.
Okay.
That's a different aunt.
Okay. Okay.
My aunt's out here.
I got you. Yeah, I got you. But no.
but I get the fact that it is not a requirement, but it's
It's not a requirement, but
yeah. So
these different things like
to have it, babe, I think you should cook the first day. Absolutely not.
No,
I don't
okay,
dismiss
so
it like
let
that
me say
because you
this.
already cooked for me because that's how you got me. What you mean?
Let me say this.
You already made my plate.
Because in conversation, can you cook? Oh yeah, I could cook. And when I get there to see if you can cook, you got French fries and tater tots and chicken fingers on the stove. No, you can't cook. You can warm something
You
up.
can warm something
First of
up.
all-
But see, no, we have these
No, that's
conversations.
valid because
You
warming,
asked me,
cooking,
can you cook?
and warming
You
up
gonna
is
die.
two different things.
Now,
fully cooked chicken ain't cooking. It's just warming up. That's valid.
Okay, so I'll say it this
so,
way.
like to say that
Because-
to have the expectation is crazy because it's not that I expect you to cook. Oh, you go cook for me.
Yeah.
No,
Not on the
it would be
first
sweet
date.
if we had a conversation that says I can cook. Oh, you're gonna have to show me.
Eventually.
Now on the first date, if I say,
Eventually.
how about this? Let's X, Y, and Z and chef it up together and vibe out like that. But
That's something
but
together.
it doesn't matter.
Yes, it
doesn't.
does.
You're still cooking on the first date. You're still cooking on the first date.
Together.
It don't matter who's cooking. We're still
yes,
cooking.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
What's the
It's
difference?
different.
What's the difference? Only
Because-
one person is doing it.
Yes.
Yo, get out of here.
Like I said, for me, if I'm cooking
Y'all
for you,
complicated.
no, it's not. It's
Y'all
not the
no,
point
y'all
I'm-
complicated. That's complicated. Because why does it take two people to do something that one person very well much can do? Okay, so that's what I'm saying. To have, it's not an expectation that she has to cook.
Derek, somebody read that.
So,
Question.
okay. So is it okay for a man to have you over and cook for you? On
Thank
the
you.
first
And yes, it is okay. Apparently, right?
okay.
Thank
The
you.
I'm gonna-
conversation isn't if it's okay or not. The conversation is your expectation that you feel that it should happen.
No.
Okay,
It
Derek,
doesn't-
but can I answer Derek's
Go
question?
ahead.
Me personally, Derica, this is just me. I'm not speaking for all women. I don't feel comfortable going to a man's house on the first date.
I'm taking you to the loft, baby.
I don't. I don't feel comfortable
Listen.
going to a man's house on the first date because and you're not going to come to my house on the first date. There has to be a natural progression before I trust you enough for me to come into your doors and for you to come into mine. Now, if you have like a whole setup situation where like there's places where the both of y'all could come and prep a meal or something together, I see nothing wrong with that. But to put an expectation, just because if you ask a woman, can she cook? And then be like, okay, then show me on the first date. That's ridiculousness. I'm sorry.
How?
Because that's a benefit.
No, it's
You
not.
you have not
It's
earned them
niggas
benefits
out
yet.
here cooking every day for other people. Like, come
Would
on,
that
y'all,
mean they
y'all
top
putting
tier?
so much. So you're less top tier because you cook on the first date?
I didn't say that.
Okay, so stop tripping.
I'm not
Like,
tripping.
it's not that deep, yo. If I say, yo,
That's
listen,
like me saying to you,
Listen,
oh, can you
if I
provide?
have-
Okay, I'm gonna need you to provide on the first date then.
I am providing on the first date because
Not
you're
if
not
you
coming out of
asking me
pocket.
to cook.
That's a fact.
Not if you asking me to cook.
If
That's
I
not
bring,
providing
if
on
I'm
the first
providing the
date.
food,
That no.
Who's
When I
providing the
say-
food?
When a man says I'm a provider, they're not just talking about food. They talk about full maintenance.
everything.
Yes. So I'm not putting that on this. I'm not putting that on a man that I just met on the first date.
Yo,
No.
Y'all putting too much
No,
on-
I get
y'all
where
putting too
Kevin.
much
I get.
on-
I think
on
that we
this.
valid,
deep.
and I just think that sometimes it's just too
And
much.
I get
If-
Derek, I definitely get you, like
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer situation, and that's why I understand
This
what
is-
you're saying. But
this
like,
is what I'm gonna say, and I said this, I don't have time for the game of
yes,
dating.
facts,
So if we talking and we jiving and I feel it compelling to do so, I'm gonna do it.
facts.
That's just what it is.
Like,
And
Fine. No one is saying that
Eh, but I-
should not and cannot do anything, Sam. I am. We are saying what we saying that it shouldn't be. It's not something that you should necessarily have an expectation for.
the only reason why you should have an expectation is if you set that up in conversation. If it's set up like that in conversation,
facts.
that's only if it's set up in conversation.
But
If
Facts.
he said If I ask you if you can cook and you say yeah,
So
and
that's-
then that first
And I say,
so
I'm gonna have to see that, and then we talk about a
right.
first
So
date.
that's a setup in conversation. It's been
That's-
set up.
Thank you,
conversation.
conversation.
But it will still have to be something that have to be asked to do and have to be agreed upon.
right.
To have expectation mean that
Right. So if,
Because
let-
you
let-
said you
okay,
could cook,
okay.
I expect to be.
I don't know how y'all been dating. So
Right.
So for me in my prior
we talking about
the first date.
I
You
don't
mean
even know, like we don't know each other.
we don't know a person, so
Right,
I get you.
That's originally we were talking about. The
Yeah,
first
I know
date.
originally, but we always
But
get the original,
everybody
and it's
ain't
just always
everybody ain't that.
It's a-
Everybody
don't
not.
get me- don't get me
You know
wrong.
what I'm
before
saying?
the date
Like,
she was cooking.
Right.
Before the date she brought the plate.
It's a lot of females that do a lot of different things.
Yeah, valid.
Depending on how they are and the type of way they want to be. You know,
Because in my
I keep it a bean with you. You know, my wife is a very straightforward kind of person. Though where I met her, she was bringing stuff to the place. So, but she once again she ain't cooked for me though. You know what I'm saying? But she is extremely straightforward. I had met her when I had met her. By the time when I met her, I had also met her daughter like a couple of days after at the same place I met her before. You know what I'm saying? So and that's kind of situational. You know what I mean? But she the type of person, she don't like going out. So if she did cook for me or whatever, that's just what she did. But not saying that I didn't try to take her out or I didn't want to, which I did take her out. Not saying I didn't, but it depends on how you are and your comfortability with a person. I can speak how I want to speak, because I can talk about how it's easy to be comfortable with me because of how I am or who I am or whatever. But if you don't know me, I'm just a random stranger. You know what I'm saying?
But now, how
the hood might say, "Damn,
how long are you talking before y'all go on that first date?"
Right.
Because if we've been talking and we ain't went out on a date within 3 months of us talking,
oh, you ain't gonna make it to the 3 month. If we
but that's what they say.
like,
until you're frank and you done been here 6 months and you ain't took her out, and now you try to take her out and realize that you're not compatible. Y'all just been foul playing and living in her living room.
I don't think it's anything wrong with cooking on the first date. People do it all the time, or cooking for someone in the pre-marriage stage. But I do think things I do things in moderation. So the expectation isn't there. You know it's a problem when he calls every time.
Oh, valid.
He's hungry.
That means your food was hitting, and now you gave me some I ain't never had.
See, that's what I'm saying.
The expectation isn't necessarily there for me.
Yeah.
But if it always comes up in conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to say I want to see how you cook, and you know what I'm saying, and it would be dope for a first date that you cook for me.
Yeah.
It's not unrealistic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We weren't talking about it being unrealistic. It's
But
the expectation
right
of
but
cook.
The problem even the expectation.
only
The
comes
question
after
was
the conversation.
What is considered a cheap date?
Right.
That was the question of the day. And if you consider, and what happened was I flipped the conversation because what you may call what might be feasible for me,
Right, maybe
is
cheap
just
to you.
has not even been cheap to you, is being presented in a top tier way,
Facts.
but it's really cheap. But the presentation is proper.
Right.
Facts.
Like, what's a good example? Like a girlfriend I had that.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I had it. It's not-
Right.
It's not there now.
We went to our first date. It is back when I was work. All I did was work. I didn't really have nothing else to do. Like my boy John, he was in the Navy. Josh was hard in school. You know what I mean? I would have to go to school to see Josh. You know what I'm saying? And my boy Nate, he was working in between things and girlfriends or whatever. So I was by myself most of the time. So all I did was really work. So I had some money. So for the first date, now this is where we're going to you set up something you probably shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, to my defense, this was the lifestyle in which she has always lived. I just went and met her where she was already at. We went.
That's a problem.
For the first date, we went shopping a little bit. I didn't. Nah, not like that.
You got it. Ball out.
But once again,
And
this
then
is
tricking
back
if you had
when
it.
I was
Right.
paying. This is back when I was paying like $6.53 in rent. You know what I'm saying? I was working for the state. I ain't got no kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Taxis just hit me. You know what I'm saying? Plus the overtime I was working every other day. I was doing other things.
Yeah.
Anyway, we went shopping a little bit, and then we went to my mom's favorite place. What's it called? It's the place that's across the street from Olive Garden.
Longhorn.
Burlington.
Right, Burlington.
You are
and then we went to Longhorn or whatever. And in my opinion, like I probably wouldn't do that if I was single. I probably wouldn't do that ever again. For the simple fact that it was, well, I already knew the chick anyway.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry for calling you a chick. It's not even like that. I knew the girl. I knew the woman anyway. but at the same time, I want to do it again because not even because it shows something I don't really want to do, because I really don't care for the place at all.
Gotcha.
But for the simple fact that it presents you a lifestyle that I don't want to live.
Facts. Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Is Longhorn considered expensive?
Well,
Them steaks get up there.
They can be if you do it 3-4 times a month.
For Daniel at
I'm a
Daniel
different
at
person.
25, Daniel at 25, living with his mama, I wasn't doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
For me, I guess for me is not okay. Let me say it this way.
Price is my problem.
Yes.
It's not always how much you spend, but the presentation of it. But if you feel like I'm only worth Denny's 2468 menu, then that for me, for me that comes off that you don't really see my value. And I'm not trying to be funny.
You're thinking too deep, Jess.
No, that's not true. Because as a person who sees herself in the future in a lot of different aspects, I know that I'm going to be closing business deals at 5-star restaurants. That's me.
Different than a date, though.
Okay, hear what I'm saying. For me, yes, I'll go to Denny's with my homies, my peoples, y'all. But as far as a first date, I'm just not like. Especially if you tell me I'm exclusive to the 2468 menu.
No man is telling you can only pick from this.
You'd be surprised.
If he says, stay on the 2468.
Then that's where we have an issue, because
that's where you'd be surprised. But for first of all, I'll meet you for coffee first before we even get to the first.
We got coffee at Denny's.
We can have coffee.
No, I get your midday encounter, and that makes sense to me.
Yeah,
I get it.
But first day, I would take you to the hut. To
pizza.
No, the auntie kitchen down in the base. Listen, Gigi's.
Yo, listen.
we about to go to the little
first day. I took my wife to my uncle's bar. Best wings in the city at the time. They're closed now.
But
that was the first day. You know what I'm saying?
My wife, I don't recall.
Like
I did things fine. I did not do things the godly way. All the way. My wife's first date, I proposed at the spa.
Not proposed at the spa.
No, I'm trying to think. That wasn't the first date, but that might have been at first. Welcome to y'all to the exchange of life.
Fact.
But I don't. I'm in trouble. I don't recall. I used to pull up.
First dates, it ain't that deep. You ain't got to remember the first date.
It's not.
It's gonna come back to you one day.
And one day when I'm remember the first time we
don't even really matter.
It's not gonna. It ain't.
I used to pull up. I used to leave a radio station and pull up on her at her house on my break. We did a lot of. That's why we're in trouble now. For the ferry.
Oh yeah, he was doing other stuff. Anyway,
for the ferry's the hookup.
It was the water. It was like.
People drown. That's not.
I can't say what I want to say because that was.
He was drowning.
I'm falling.
Praying for everybody.
Everybody, just giving.
But Jess, I hear what you're saying. Yes. I understand the thing about the first date.
So is that a cheap date? Is okay. Granted, we're going for the ferry.
I don't think that's a date at all.
They got food up there.
Food or not, right?
I don't think that's a date.
You don't think it's a date? What is it?
Time spent.
Not
is
for
a
what
day.
not for what you went to for the fair.
Time spent. Is a day.
Right, because I didn't go to the fair intentionally to dive into foul behavior. I went to the foot. we had great conversation. We have great dialogue, getting to know each other.
Yes.
We're talking. We're having. I mean, it's really good intense.
I wouldn't put a fairy no. The marina when all the places are open and you can go for food and stuff like that. Yes. Because there's an ambiance to it. You got the water. You got
same
patio.
water.
It's the same water.
The patio.
It's
the
brown.
patio, the lights at the out there fishing.
They got the
doing
little
stuff.
Pizza Hut, the little
You
microwave.
hear this outside?
Anyway, this is so I think it's tiers to what first dates could be.
Yes.
You have it's definitely go out and eat first date kind of
Oh,
thing.
man.
There's also other kinds of first dates. Like I'm gonna tell you
I
person.
got you. I'm about to read it.
I'm gonna tell you person I really like going on walks. So like if my first date would be like going to the park and walk.
Man, I tried to walk. It was
Going
too
to the
cold.
Devil's Hole.
That's all I like to do. You know what I'm saying?
Take her
like
to Devil's
walk.
Hole.
We can go to Delaware and walk, and we can just talk. We go.
I tried that
smoothie joint and
with my wife.
We can walk.
No.
You know
It was
what I mean?
cold. It was too cold.
It only works but if you ask and she say yeah, she has no other reason but to be down for it. You know what I'm saying? You can't.
Yeah.
It's not something I would just throw at her because I like to walk. Everybody don't like to walk. Now, if we're going out to eat, I may not ask you where you want to go because if it's a first date thing and I'm trying to put my best foot forward, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take you somewhere that I think is nice. Now, if you don't think is nice, that's between you and God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. Sharita said, I would do an inexpensive date. There has to be work up to more expensive dates. Makes sense to me. First dates can be small spots
Thank
like
you.
Bojangles, cookout, mom and pop shops, walk around the park, ice cream shops. I'm not impressed by the places as much as I am impressed by the man's conversation and intentions for a possible future. Valid.
Thank you.
Good morning, cousin.
Doc. That was
Doctor, yes, a doctor.
Thank
yes.
you, doctor.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's just about learning people. That's what the first date is about. Being in each other's space, learning each other's like boundaries are
Yeah.
set on first dates. You get what I'm saying? Like you have to go through these things in order to. Don't expect Benihana's on the first date.
I didn't say
You can expect Ben's.
Benihana's.
You can
Oh,
Uncle
but I
Ben's.
said it. So you asked me about a guy
But-
taking me to Denny's.
but
I
no.
said if a guy is make you exclusively on this 2468.
But no, that's what I'm saying.
That's no.
But even if I said McDonald's on the first date, Burger King, Wendy's, she said Bojangles. That's Popeye.
That's Popeyes.
That's Chick-fil-A.
Is this something
No,
different?
Bojangles got a special.
No, I
edition.
know. but still, like those things set
Right.
for a man.
It's
It's
light.
like she don't need too much.
It's light.
I don't need to do too much.
That's
And that much that makes me want to bring you on a second date in a few days instead of a month. There's a difference. I need a month away from you. This first date took a lot out of me. I'm not doing all this consistent.
But like that's
no.
why I said for me personally, before we get to the first date, that's why I'm a coffee dater. Because like, hey, let's talk. Let's see if we even have chemistry or we have stuff in common to even go to that.
But y'all
next place.
had conversation from the moment y'all exchanged numbers that
That
said
don't
these
mean
things.
you know, did they exchange
But
numbers with Jeffrey
y'all-
Dahmer? You see, he was eating people.
I'm
You
going
got
to the dance floor.
No, they went straight to his
If
house.
You can't last on the dance floor. We're not gonna make it.
No, in the first episode, you see, he told the guy in the bar, "You've been here a few times."
Yeah, no.
So,
facts.
like,
Okay,
what
he
I'm
was in
saying
here.
is, like, even with that, I see nothing wrong with just going to coffee just to see the vibe. Just to see, like, that's me. I'm like, hey, let's just fill out the vibe per se, because you could be a different person on the phone and through text message. In
You
person,
sure can. Absolutely.
you can read a
Valid.
person.
Valid.
That's a fact.
Valid.
Listen,
Listen,
word game is crazy.
Listen, even though I stutter and I talk low, vocab. When I tell you, listen to me, man of God.
Fight.
Fact.
Listen,
Like Nubian queen mother. Like, I'm out here conscious but Christian, conscious Christian, top tier. I'll take you where you want to go, creating the future ideas and thoughts. I know the game.
facts.
And I know the preacher game.
I already
That's why when any of my sisters come up and tell them what they're talking about, what did he say?
Facts.
Gang 3. Game 3. Section 3, paragraph 2. This is the phrase.
Facts.
Okay.
This is how you avoid
Listen.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Praying for you all. Stay strong.
Yeah, we're definitely praying.
Keep
for y'all.
something through all things. But listen, it's going down, y'all. When we get back, where we going next? This is
Church mess.
church mess. It's going down. We're coming up as Drake on Fire 716. Cause the first date was this.
I think the first date should be in the perfect world. The first date should be a place that we both would go to, and we pay for our own bill.
Fat Dutch.
Is the first
Not breaking the Dutch.
Split it down the middle and roll it up.
In the
Dutch.
perfect world, that'd be the perfect date.
Listen.
So like that, there's no expectation for us even to sit here, even to stay here if we don't want to.
Facts.
We could be here. We could be here together.
And you see something you don't like?
All we can do is talk.
Facts.
Yeah, for sure.
Legit.
You don't have to entertain me because I'm not paying for nothing. You
Facts.
don't gotta entertain me.
This is for all the single men out there.
You don't want to be there.
That first date, make her go Dutch. That's all I'm gonna say.
Not obligated.
Not obligated.
I think it'd be a
No.
good. I think in a perfect world, that'd be the best first date.
Yeah,
We
for
talking,
sure.
we conversing. Hey, I really want to go to this place.
Like for me,
but I just
mad
know we just
random.
talking.
Like, how many women are willing to
like
go Dutch?
movies is not a good first date for me.
No.
Ain't no talking.
Ain't no talk.
But people go to the movies to go on to eat.
I
so
know
has
people
something
go to the
talk about.
movies.
That has something to talk
Oh.
about. You know what I'm saying? People go to the y'all stupid. People go to the movies. That's something to talk about when you go and eat though. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Right.
True that.
Unless you eat first.
I want to eat first.
Uh,
I've done that, and that has bit me in the butt a lot.
Yeah, never eat first.
Right out in the movie.
I'm not gonna-
Now, what about a conscious date? What about what? Is he asleep?
Yo, facts.
Dinners in the movies. The movies.
It's just classic. The dinner in the movie.
Got to be a matinee.
Oh, yeah.
Got to be a
Yeah,
matinee.
because
In the middle of the day.
I'm be
Facts.
watching films. Okay, that's crazy. Ridiculous.
It's just, I'm just
You
saying,
realize how
in a perfect world, we go to Applebee's, you pay for you, I pay for me, we talk, we laugh, and
And you can drive your own car too. You ain't got to meet me. So if this is not working out,
you can leave.
you can leave.
First day, I
I'm gonna
always
sit
drive
here.
my own-
I'm gonna sit here and enjoy this meal.
Like first day, I always drive my own car.
Are you smart?
Yeah, because
I'm
you
always
have to have your
prepared.
own money just in case.
But see, that's the thing. I don't even want it to be a just in case thing. I want when we was talking, our first date, we're gonna go. Can we go Dutch? I think that'd be better for us. So then we don't.
And
have
can
to-
we go to
don't have
my-
So we don't have to be fake about
And
it.
I want to be
Yeah.
petty. Can we go to my spot?
Let's
They got
go.
live music. Oh yeah, that sounds sweet.
Let's go somewhere.
If this is trash,
Enjoy.
and if you trash, you can leave. I'm about to bust these dance moves down.
Facts.
This is.
But
See,
that's-
the only
that's
thing
fine.
the only thing I have an issue with that is if you're asking me out on a date, I don't know. Like I don't know how I feel about like if we're having conversations like, hey, let's hang out. We all got each other. We got ourselves or whatever. But if you're actively asking me out on a date, I don't feel like we should have a Dutch conversation.
I guess.
I will always have money because I've had situations
But
where I've
see,
been on dates
I don't ever want you to fall into
and the
that.
dude didn't have
Yeah.
enough
The
to
reason
cover
why
the bill.
the
We
reason was
about
why,
to be out here
the-
getting arrested.
the reason why when I had a
But-
conversation is so that we could just have common ground on it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be at dinner and spring it on you.
Yeah.
Yo,
Valid,
we're gonna
valid.
We're gonna go Dutch. I want to have a conversation about it. I get what you're saying.
Fact.
Like if I ask you out, you know what I'm saying. It should it's like you'll feel weird about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally understand
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Yeah, I
you
got
know
you.
what I mean? I
Mhm.
get it.
But
And
if
it's valid.
If
It's a
he
valid
want to go,
thing.
if that's a discussion we have, and he's like, yo, let's go
30
Dutch.
seconds.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Like-
But I also got to think where if we are together hanging out, every time we hang out is a day, regardless of how you feel.
Thank
Every
you.
time we hung out,
Legit.
Yeah.
Every
You're
time we,
in trouble, man.
every
That's how
time.
you're in trouble.
Except for if we was at your house, that wasn't a day.
No, because y'all could be hanging out just to get to know each other. And then one person assumes that it's more than what it is.
That's why you gotta have establish
Fine.
what
It's
it
a date.
establish what it is.
Conversation.
You gotta establish what it is.
Conversation.
But I don't know. See,
So that's a little dangerous to say every time we hang out is a
But-
date.
see,
But
because-
in
to
a sense,
but
it
to
is,
me-
though.
But to me, dates aren't and special.
Fire 716 Radio, your boy Big Frank. You're locked into Big Frank in the morning. It is 1 minute past the top of the hour. You got to be at work at 10 o'clock. Get up. You got to be there at 9. You late. And your grace period of 6 minutes is about to expire. So hurry up. Get there. It's Fire 716, Big Frank, Daniel, Daniel, Kevin, and Jay Shree rocking out with us. Kevin on there. Listen, it's going down. Conversation has been about cheap dates.
What
and
kind of date?
Cheap
cheap
first date.
What has been your cheapest date that you've executed or been on?
Okay, so my cheapest
Ooh.
date,
Yeah.
which I'm pretty sure she didn't see it. Cheapest date was probably going to Larkin for Food Truck Tuesday, but not like buying any food. Just going.
Just going and just
because my boy Zay was playing.
Say less. What's the cheapest date you've been on, Jess? That you've been on?
To the house watching TV.
To the house.
No.
Nah, that's a gas. I can go get you.
The cheapest date I've been on was a guy invited me to. He said that we were going to Kelly's to get something to eat, but it was a work party and all the food and drinks were free.
Ooh, nice.
And then asked me to drop him off at the strip club.
Okay, so it ended wrong, but it started
He did
off
no.
right.
Basically, he
No,
went.
it
He
started off
took
good.
me to the work thing, so he didn't have to spend money. So all his money can go to the stripper.
No, like I said, it started off great.
Yeah,
I'm like,
facts.
what? Free food, free drinks.
But I
don't
gotta
care
say
what
these
we was
jackets.
doing. I don't care what was happening.
So
around.
it wasn't like, yo, I'm not spending, this is I wanted to take you here because I wanted you to, get the atmosphere. It was I'm taking you here so I don't have to spend money on you, so I can spend all my money on the stripper.
Like I told you,
That's
the
hindsight, though, you know what I'm
presentation.
saying?
Now he messed up at the last
At
part.
the last part.
You get to Uber. You just go on home and get you an Uber.
He should have.
That's hindsight, though. I'm talking about at that time when it happened, it was lit. We went to the joint. All you can eat, all you can drink, lit.
Fact, no
That's not
valid.
hindsight because he got
After.
drunk and told me what his intention was.
But all I'm saying is that when we walked in initially,
It was proper.
It was proper.
It was lit.
I invited you to the work jump off.
was
You
lit.
somebody,
Like,
I'm interested
oh,
in.
we got
Let's
here.
go eat. Let's
30
just
minutes
let's
later, after
talk.
I drank like 5 drinks because it was free.
3 shots,
It
6
got
shots
down,
later.
bad.
I got something to say. I got something to
So
say.
I was just like, I was like, you wasn't like, if we had went on a date outside of this, he was just like, nah, I wasn't really trying to spend no money. Cheap date.
I wasn't trying to spend no money.
That's what he. I don't tell him.
Honesty.
He ain't lie.
He ain't like.
He did not lie.
He did. He also did get a second date.
That's on him.
That's what happens when you tell somebody.
Tell somebody- But like I told you, I'm lying.
Had you not dropped him off at the strip club, or had he not gotten drunk, would that have been the second date?
No.
No. Why not?
There was more things that happened.
Yeah, see,
Okay.
the way that should have been proper. I'm inviting you out to the work meeting. We're gonna go out to go to the bar. I ain't gotta spend no money. I know this. You ain't gotta know that. Whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody get here, have a good time. We gonna laugh. We gonna joke. We go ha ha ha. We might put 4 quarters in the dart machine. Okay. Patink, patink,
Facts.
patink. Maybe it's a pool over here. Katink, come on. Okay, $3. Karaoke,
Facts.
whatever. Have a good time. All right. Date is over. Okay. I see y'all. Let me know you get home safe. Text me. Okay. Uber. Let me give me an
Facts.
Uber.
Let me get my Uber to the strip club.
Damn, I'm still trying to be lit. Okay, I'm not good. Okay, cool. I'm out.
No, it was more factors.
Yeah,
to
I
the
believe it.
date.
I believe it.
It was
I
really
believe
like I'm giving you these free food and drinks because ideally I want to smash and then I'm gonna go to the strip club.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I'm not gonna tell you what came to my
Man, it
mind.
sounds
'cause
good.
Yeah.
Man, but, like the idea just sounds so good. You're like, yo, we ain't got to spend no money.
Listen, I'm about to invite my wife out. Listen, we having a meeting. We having a lunch for Christmas. You want to come? All right, yeah, come in. Come on.
So that was my cheapest.
That's crazy. Kevin, what was your cheapest?
Dang.
What was your cheapest
Alright.
presentation? I guess.
Cheapest presentation.
Or your cheapest date, and then we gonna get into the church mess.
I don't know,
Always gonna date.
cause I'm a best foot forward. I'm a best foot forwarder. So I'm not like. No, so like I try not to do. I try to do a nice date for the first joint.
Guys.
So like I said, with my wife, I took her to my uncle's bar,
Mm-hmm.
but that's because I like the vibe there. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
valid,
Cool
valid,
atmosphere,
valid,
great
valid.
people,
Tavern.
great food. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wasn't a bar,
But
it was
after
a
that, it was like
tavern.
Longhorns.
Yeah, where the bar was at?
Pullman and Bailey,
I got you.
right
Okay.
at the bridge.
So
Yeah.
it was a tavern.
No, it was a little
Tavern
bar.
is better than bars.
Yeah, it was a tavern. It had quality food
Yeah,
and drinks. It was
Okay.
a tavern.
Yes,
Nice.
facts. It did. Okay. Tavern.
I think I'm just cheap. Period. I think I'm just I've done nothing extravagant. I feel like
But it was extravagant. It just wasn't expensive. There's a difference.
Yeah, I
So
like
yeah,
you do
don't say yourself
I
short.
like you do extravagant.
Don't say yourself short.
I'm
Because I
ju-
know you.
I'm just trying to recall the
Which day you
location.
spend less money? That's
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's been such a long time. You know, I get pulled up the houses. That's my problem. You're not, man of God. You're not doing this the right way, man of God. Stop. I think that I took my wife. No, no, that cost me money. I don't know. I don't recall much. I think maybe a picnic
my wife is expensive.
might have been, but picnic is just been.
Picnics are not bad dates.
Man, I wouldn't. My wife was like,
Picnics
"I'm
are
snitching
great
now."
dates.
Depends on where I'm at.
It depends on where I'm at, and you gotta have a good patch of grass. You can't picnic on spotty grass. You
Patchy
patch of grass, and you can't say
Scrape
you want.
up your leg.
I'm snitching now. You can't say you want a picnic. and-
Yes.
You can't say
I'll
you
put
want a
that on the
picnic
shirt.
and then don't like bugs. You just can't win. We
Facts.
just can't do both. We
It's gonna be an
fail.
ant on the blanket.
It's an
okay?
ant on the blanket.
Like-
Now we gotta go. What I'm here for? All this sandwiches, chips, grapes, and we on this patchy
Don't
grass.
tell me you like outdoors and picnics if you can't handle a bug.
Hands on the
A
bug.
bug. I ain't gonna say bugs.
Bugs, but oh my god,
A
this is-
bug.
Just don't put the blanket in the patch of the mosquitoes where you feel like you about to die.
You know,
Like,
and then
right.
but then when I
Patch
ask
of
you,
mosquitoes
are you
covering
satisfied with this
gnats.
patch of grass? Because it was by the tree. You want to be under the tree, and
Facts. Don't
people
nobody
are
wanna be in the
here. We
sun.
just try to do it, and then it's a little bit of ant, little roach, little bug.
You just gotta do some research. If
Right.
a person got allergies or they
Facts,
allergic to
like-
bees,
Like, don't lie for me. don't.
Blanket-
Facts.
picnics outside
Don't
if you
lie
got
to
bee
kick it.
allergies is just a no.
You ain't gotta lie to kick
Ain't
it,
nobody
man.
trying to shoot you with an EpiPen
No.
because you was trying to be
Yeah,
sick.
you know, black people, they don't carry that around.
They don't
All right, question.
Oh, here
Is
you
the
go.
zoo a good first date?
You have no choice but to walk and talk. So I think that it
I think that's valid. I think it is
Yeah.
valid.
Yeah.
It is what zoo?
Anything
We-
that-
let's-
anything that
let's-
has
The
to-
Buffalo Zoo.
anything that has to-
The
I was-
animals don't want to be there. Why would you want to be present at the Buffalo Zoo? No, in
Hey,
fact.
what's good, Sean?
She said, Sharita said, bring your EpiPen. You got,
Hey,
you got
Sean, your boy finally made it. Hey.
What it do? What it
like,
do?
me personally, the zoo would
Dad,
be
where
tricky
you at?
because
Yo.
I can't walk long distances.
Okay.
Cause so like, but that's a conversation I would have. With
Got you,
Like,
got you.
What? This is bad. I'm just petty. I'm petty.
Ours is not that
You need me to
long,
rent a
though.
scooter for you? Just rent a scooter. We can go together.
We can walk in school. I
No
want you in
fact.
school.
Oh,
The
yeah.
only thing I can do
No bad.
for dates is like things that I feel are competitive to a degree. So like I will never like go on a ride a bike with somebody for a date
Lasertron.
because I will take it as a race, even though it's not. I like to ride at a certain speed. So if you're not gonna keep up to the speed in which I'm going, I'm gonna be not. I'm gonna start being competitive about it.
Oh yeah.
I know me. You
No,
know,
valid.
I can go to
Shrita,
buzzers
that's
or
good.
something 'cause
Yo.
it's the
'Cause they-
game,
Which
you know?
are free most of
art
them.
galleries and museums is my spot though.
Art galleries would be a good thing.
Absolutely.
Yo, they
No,
are such
but
good
I ain't
dates.
gonna, I ain't gonna.
No, for sure.
I used to want to do certain things, but I would never run into girls that.
Like those
doing
things.
no valid
You know what
now.
I'm saying?
But I'm gonna say this.
We out here.
Did you like? Do you bring them up in conversation or like, hey?
Yeah, you know, like I'll
Okay.
be like, because when I went to upstate, you know what I mean.
Oh
You
yeah.
can get to the art gallery for free.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll be like, yo, you know, you can go to the art gallery. You know what I mean?
I
Or
wanna- yeah.
like, I like live music. You know, I like jazz. You know what I mean? I also like orchestra music. I like opera stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
So it'd be like, yo, you trying to go and watch because my boy Zay played he was playing all around. Like, yo,
Uh-huh.
trying to go, to a concert. You know what I'm saying? It's not like rap, it's not R&B. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's just music playing.
Yeah.
And like, and then they'd be like, nah, I want to just sit there and listen to
Right.
music or whatever.
Yeah.
And they just be like,
We're out here.
Yeah.
We like
That's
live
it.
music
I don't have
and
these
museums and
anymore,
art
you
galleries.
know what I mean?
We out here.
My wife is pretty much down for
What date
whatever.
I won't do is I won't date you where I'm working.
Oh,
When I say that, meaning that if I've been hired for an event
Mm.
and you think you're gonna come with me to this event,
no.
And think it's gonna be like
And you think
intimate,
I'm gonna-
special.
you think I'm about to sit here and talk to you. The reality is I'm at
work.
work.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I'm zoned out. I'm watching the room.
Now what you can do is make some money and help me with
I'm
these joints.
working. I'm working.
Right,
Let's get
like-
into this church mess real quick. Pastor from down yonder.
So a pastor, they did not release his name. Obviously, they don't want this white man to get yoked up. But this pastor was spewing hate to the club, or the recent club that was shot up, the LGBTQIA club, whatever. So he was saying, like, of course there's souls and we need to pray for their families, but they kind of deserved it, because with their lifestyle, they're molesting kids with their eyes, and kids have to see this, and this is just
What?
retribution, and this is just, payback from God because you're living this lifestyle. And it was crazy because, of course, he had uppers of saying amen and hallelujah and those other kind of stuff. But he was just going in on basically the victims of this gay club, saying that basically it was their fault. It was their consequence to being gay. So it was a hate spew, the whole message. But he was like, we're praying for the families. I will call you the N-word, but you're not an N-word. But caucus. Caucus.
Yeah.
And the fact that, this person has followers is just very disturbing to me.
Well, white people will always follow what they secretly think.
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
themselves. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
They might not say it out loud, but they think it.
by love and kindness have I drawn thee.
Yeah.
Hatred at this point is
It's not
exhausting.
God.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you are watching you, Kevin.
Oh no, because Sharita said that going to bookstores would be a good first date, which I also agree because I love Barnes and Nobles. It is a vibe.
Sapiosexual women like libraries and bookstore dates.
It's a vibe.
What is sapiosexual?
Sapios
Yeah.
sexual. Women that are sexually attracted to you for your mind.
Yeah.
But my mind is renewed by the Lord.
My mind's
My mind, not R. Kelly. No. What a confession! What?
Anyway.
And then a guy came out. This was on Larry Reed. A guy came out saying that he's not a heterosexual, he's not a homosexual, he's not a bisexual. He is a handsexual.
So he's sexually attracted to hands. Also, so what?
And then he showed his hand in the clip, and
Yeah.
it's quite worn. Like,
So
there's actual, like, you could tell that the hand has put some work.
His strong hand.
so
You know how like Quagmire went in the house.
Oh
and came
yeah,
out?
and he came out. He was like, "Oh, Quagmire, I see you like a funny." Like, yeah, I've been watching. He was like, "I think I know
Yeah.
was free."
Right.
Hands. So he's attracted to hands.
No,
he is
his
addicted to
hand.
masturbation.
He's addicted to
That's about it.
That's how he identifies.
He is addicted to masturbation.
Is that he doesn't have a preference. His preference is his alone time with
Or
himself.
someone else.
Is that the details of it?
Dennis
That's
Rodman.
what I'm gonna say.
Because I feel like this.
Dennis
Not
Rodman.
saying you can't be.
He's the hand sexual. I feel like is
Like,
it?
oh, you
He's
got
sexually
19.
attracted to his
But
own
what?
hand.
Yeah, I got you for self. But what if he's like? I'm just a human hand job. Like I'm out here just a hander. I'm a hander out.
But he's
I'm out
only
giving
doing it.
hands.
He was
Giving
just
helping
he said it's
hands.
only with himself.
Yeah, that's
Like,
crazy.
it's just him.
So he got a helping hands ministry.
He got his own hand.
which is the
I'm
violation
telling
of the
people,
kingdom,
right.
which is foul.
Listen,
We had this discussion already.
We did. like at this point, I mean,
It's a lot of Christians out here handling
Handling business.
True.
Father
so
wash
he
us.
just-
grip.
he just said
No,
he says
like-
he's a hand
Praise
sexual.
the
That's
Lord.
who he is.
Yo,
He gotta want it.
you gotta
I
want
mean, at this
deliverance.
point, based on him showing his hand on this video, he needs to want it.
I don't like hands no more.
Yo,
Yo,
Yeah.
but I'm Deliver got kicked out of the Koja convention,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Oh yes, for
Yeah.
sitting in the
For
first
sitting in
lady section.
the wives in the first lady section.
I feel so bad.
Lying on TikTok talking about he was just sitting there minding his own business. You
Well,
was minding your own business in the first lady section.
Yeah, but them preachers.
Was he dressed like a first lady?
Yeah, I think
He had his fur coat on, his lips was popping.
And but
First lady
some
attire.
of them aims in convention joints, them men be looking real. They
Real-
be he just should have went to the men with different section.
Maybe different.
Like we
Yo.
yeah, cause they be full
Full-fledged.
with no dismissal
remorse.
from them.
Nope.
He's dismissed because he a meme.
He's everywhere.
He's
We're not doing this year.
not doing it.
You gotta
But
go.
you were sitting with the first ladies and the wives. That's the problem.
He
Like,
felt like a first lady. Him
My thing was,
and that preacher.
My only defense to him was, what if he was just over there just talking to him?
Just-
no, he was actively
Talk to-
sitting.
No,
like,
I'm saying he
sitting.
was
And like sitting where
He
like
was
sitting
having
last
conversation,
row,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
where it's
first
like
lady, how you doing?
But his
Good,
TikTok
girl.
video
I
said,
love it.
I was just sitting here minding my own business and they yanked me out of the church. That's what his TikTok said.
I love your
Because they had a conversation with him. You're not sitting in the first lady section. Do not sit there.
Don't
I'm gonna
sit
sit
there.
where I want to sit.
Because he thinks
Say
he's
less.
the first lady. And they booted him out.
boot him out like a false prophet.
Look at the usher.
Right, right.
Oh yeah, that's him. He gotta
He,
go.
he was a 2-person job. It took 2 people to get him out.
Oh yeah. He went out kicking and screaming. He went out kicking and screaming.
So yeah, that's what I had as far as church mess.
Yeah. Any local church mess? Any new local tomfoolery?
I haven't heard anything about the musicians.
Yeah.
I did hear something about the musicians.
Did you just lie and then correct your lie?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a lie. Because I thought I didn't, and then I thought about it. Ah.
All right. Listen, for those who are online, sorry you won't get that tea.
Yeah,
We'll be back in
won't
it.
get that tea.
We'll get back to it in a minute. It's going down. Fire 716 Big Frank in the morning. Coming up, we got Life
Oh,
Jennings on Big Frank in the morning.
Mike's off.
You said mic's off? Yes.
Jesus. You gonna turn that one on?
Turn that one off.
We'll be back.
Everybody want to be.
Everybody want to go be until it's peg time. Now you out here
All
just.
right. We're back
Dang.
on. Sorry about
That'll
that,
be-
guys.
Yeah. There's a lot of foolishness.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. In the rock too? Are you?
So
Because this.
you know who.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Yes.
already had some.
We do got our
Encounters?
mics on.
He already had some trauma in his life with that.
It wasn't
From a
trauma.
preacher. No, it wasn't.
It wasn't trauma.
It was trauma at the time. I opened the portal, but now
Dang.
and she's so wrong. She's so wrong.
Pray for him, Lord.
And she's wrong not because of the perversion of it by itself,
Yeah.
but she's wrong because you know his difficulty. And he was just tapping into another realm of God, I'm here for you.
That's messed up.
And now we out here, Kevin Gatenson. Oh man, so good. Sorry guys. Oh man,
Yeah.
really?
You never know
And they
until you know.
pursuing it. That's why you got. I'm not gonna call my wife. Babe, we not.
Listen.
Yo, that's man.
Yeah, nah.
I heard you yesterday. It was like, we're not gonna talk about it. Whatever y'all was talking about. I don't know if that was it, but that's what I thought about. When walked up to the musicians yesterday after service, and I was just, we're not gonna talk about that. And that
We not gonna do that right now.
That's exactly what I heard. I said, they talking about that. I know my business. Hey y'all.
Yeah.
Oh man, not the music.
Gold digging women disappear. She'll still be here. Well, I guess the next part of the story is after all this lusting.
He lied. Fire said, he a liar. Jennings came. I enjoy Life Jennings. I really do.
When he's out of prison.
Demont, he's not in prison.
No, I said when he's out of prison because he was going in and out for a minute.
Oh, you got to get the experience, get the song in the music.
That's where you come with your best.
Joint.
Listen,
and
and he said,
would R. Kelly get out? Y'all gonna be crazy. Why?
all the baby making songs y'all thought y'all knew then. Wait till he get out. Wait till he get out.
Just know, there's an album being worked on right now. He on the phone.
There's some experience being
I
had.
only got 5 minutes. That's about, but still, but he gonna be like, he gonna be trapped in jail, just trapped in jail, trapped in the closet, just a whole nother series. I guarantee you that R. Kelly is definitely making music.
Oh, for sure.
And randomly, he just got hot. He was just getting money not long ago from TikTok
He still get money.
because people doing this song and didn't even know it was him
Royalties.
all day. Ridiculous. But in other news, not that, but
Yeah.
I'm so hurt and disturbed by the news that I've got.
Man, you got pirates around here.
Listen, R, matey. Oh my god, the R, matey.
Peg leg.
Take a leg in, man. And they should just tell they're not married. They just out here, just I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. How to do better. You got
knew better,
live right,
Fact.
do well, get a wife, and let the bedroom be undefiled. Then,
because then it'll be sus, right?
who gotta know? What conversation got to be had?
Right, nobody got no.
That's your problem now. Now
Well,
you
Talking too much.
talking too much. Talking too much.
What Michael Jackson say?
Talking too much, but man, not to be known as the beggar. You want to see the beggar? No, not today. No, that's
You want to see her today? No,
that's crazy. I'm so disappointed.
Still trying to recover from the last visit.
It's not funny. So those like Frank was going on. Google it for yourself. I'll look it up for yourself. It's just it's a crazy world out here, and that's
Her name is
church.
Peggy Sue.
That's church. What we got for hot topics? Where we at?
Nothing hotter than that.
I feel awkward starting off with that hot topic. So let me go with this one. Woman Makes History opens first ever Black-owned bridal shop in Minnesota. Her name is Lorraine Love. So shout out to
Shout out to
her.
her in white Minnesota.
Listen.
Lorraine
Listen. Milwaukee Police Department has molested 74 Black men. These are just the ones that came forward. No other race or ethnicity of the men have come forward. And now the Milwaukee Police Department is under investigation.
That's wild.
That is sick. That you just out here,
Just grown men.
just nasty.
What they do? I missed it.
Huh?
Molesting.
They molested 74
Inmates.
Black men.
74.
like traffic stops, arresting, transportation to and
Traffic
from.
stops.
Yeah. The names of 4 people in a small plane crash northeast of Seattle last week was released by a medical examiner. So there was a plane that crashed right outside of Seattle. They finally released the names of Nathan Precup, Nate Lichardo, Gig Harbor, Scott Brennan, and Roy, known as Dave Newton. They all died in the plane crash right outside of
Terrible.
Seattle. Um, sorry, y'all. I am scrolling. Irene Cara, known for Fame and Flashdance. So she was the singer who sang the song "Fame." I wanna live for it.
She
And
passed.
she also played. She also played in the original Sparkle as Sparkle.
Okay.
She passed away.
Not with Whitney Houston.
No, the original Sparkle.
Oh, that was the
Yeah.
that is my point of reference.
1970.
I was dead. I was not alive. I was
No,
still.
but the original. I mean, the original Sparkle has been on TV and things.
Yeah, I haven't seen
When did
it.
it come out?
The original Sparkle, the 70s.
Oh, I was still in my father's loins.
Between
Yeah.
68 and 70.
But she's
Oh,
no
okay.
like she. Everybody who's heard the song "Fame," the
Right.
original
Yeah.
"Fame," that's her voice.
I wanna live forever.
Oh, I never heard that.
Okay, that high expectations. for Frankos. Salima.
Yeah, it's actually yeah.
Salima Mukasaga is the first African American female to referee and officiate the men's FIFA World Cup.
Hey.
Okay,
So-
FIFA.
Yes, so excited about that. A member of De La Soul, Don Newkirk, he passed away. So he's Day in De La Soul. So hip hop
Damn.
has lost another legend, and that kind of hurts a little bit because I grew up on De La Soul.
You know what I mean?
Like I was just like,
Don't
look,
show your true
the Heavenly
colors.
Choir is about his business right now. Odell Beckham Jr. is removed from a flight on Sunday morning. So this dude, reading this story. So this dude, they said at first when they approached him, he looked like he was slipping in and out of consciousness. So at first they were concerned
He was high.
about
he was asleep.
his medical state.
Facts.
So they
He was
told
asleep.
they were asking him like, listen, we don't think you look good. Could you leave the plane? All of a sudden they said he became like resistant and belligerent. It was like, I'm not leaving the plane. I'm not leaving the plane. So they had to kick everybody else off the plane, and then he willingly walked off.
No, let's back that up. Add some context to that. So
Mhm.
the flight that he's on is early morning flight. Early morning flight. I read the story earlier today, and he was going to sleep. So he had his blanket over his face, which is normal for him
Right.
because they're going to sleep.
Yeah.
So the plane is delayed. He's already on the plane. He's asleep. His seatbelt isn't buckled.
Mm-hmm.
So when the plane goes back to the gate or whatever, they ask him for him to buckle up. And he's like, yeah, I mean, he's like, I woke up distraught. I woke up, I'm asleep, or whatever the case may be. And for him, he says, I was asleep. Then I woke up, let me get off the plane. I'm confused because I got on here,
Right.
I'm sitting down, I'm asleep.
Facts.
And next thing I know, I woke
You
up,
asking me to get
got
off the plane.
and I'm like not sure why. And the only reason he gets off the plane is only because they threatened to tell everybody else to get off the plane. That everybody have to get off if I didn't get off. So he just went whatever. But he was like, I was asleep. What you mean?
Right.
It's early morning flight. I'm out. And
Yo.
the other team members agree with that as well. Other news that Pete got a new bae.
Okay, Pete.
Pete is on to the next because
Let's
there's
keep it a bean though, and this, I hate to say this,
Yeah.
this is just true for men. Once you mess with a chick that people think is bad, other chicks is just gonna come after that.
right
Because
and
they like,
they think she bad.
what was
She's
about
not-
it? They
she's
like,
not,
what was
she's
about,
not worth staying.
Now they all like, what was about him
Yeah.
that bagged her? And if that's the case,
Mm-hmm.
I want to have it because then I could be like, now I'm up there with her.
At this
Yeah,
point,
so-
though, I just think that every man that pursues Kim Kardashian knows that she's community cooch, and it's easy.
She just bad for your spirit.
She's just
She's
she's
toxic.
She's bad for men.
She,
Like,
she,
she-
I-
Like
I-
at this
just-
point, it's like I know if I get with her, I'm gonna get some.
just black men just need to leave her alone. I don't care about none of the rest of y'all.
Mhm.
It's a black woman.
yeah, I think it's just a matter of just tap and go, and then just the-
Mimi.
Mimi, I think that the qualities of staying just aren't there. You know, I just don't think she has hold me long term. Kanye was the best option, and everything else is just gonna be me. Also, these two, Blueface and Christian Rock,
He just got 8 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
partying hard in Phoenix days after attempted murder arrest. So
Mhm.
They're not too phased about it.
Yeah. He about to do 8 years for that, because I guess somebody was shooting at him and he killed him, but it was like more or less like a drive by. Or so I think he was like, from the video, it looked like he was trying to run somebody over,
gotcha.
and Blueface just backed out and shot.
Yeah,
You know.
I'm watching it right now.
Yeah.
I can't wait to I can't wait to get Top 2 Production. We're gonna do some good work.
Yeah.
Real soon. But yeah, that's what I got for Hot Topics as well. I think that's all I got. And Odell, the girl got AIDS.
What?
A model, Gina Stu, she's blind again because she had a failed eye surgery after HIV diagnosis, not AIDS. But I don't know, she's struggling. But
Dang.
yes,
Pray for her.
pray for that good eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's what I got. What else we got?
Oh,
For hot
Stacey Dash. I did. Stacey Dash. She
Huh?
she went on a live TikTok video stating that she does not denounce the fact that she's black. She is mixed with other things as well, and she needs people to stop attacking.
We don't
her.
accept you anymore, anyway.
We already voted you
gonna
off
say,
the island,
We
Stacey.
voted you off the island when you said, "What? Michael Jackson's been dead for a year."
I have a
Like,
Wait, you talking about
Clueless.
Clueless?
Yeah.
I was finna say Legally Blonde.
she been out forever.
Yo.
Her and Jada.
So she wasn't like playing a role in Clueless. She's
She
actually
is
clueless.
Yeah.
Got you.
Because she was like, I'm black, but I'm also mixed with other things. And I
Nope.
can't stand that the black community
Nope.
keeps saying that I'm against my own people. And I'm like, besides the fact that you bleached your skin, ma'am, it's just the point that you keep
She
saying
bleached her
non-black
skin?
thing.
And you on Fox and Friends. Girl.
I got more hot news.
Okay.
Before
So-
that, Stacey, I'm here to tell you, you will never come back to
Yeah.
The dark
you will
side.
never come back to the motherland.
So-
Ever.
I'm really confused. I read this earlier today, but Kim Kardashian said after her future with Balenciaga, I'm currently reevaluating my relationship with the brand, basing it off their willingness to accept accountability for something that should have never been happened to begin with, and the actions I am expecting to see them take to protect our children. Apparently, what is BDSM? Anybody know?
BSM is bondage.
It's
play.
bondage
Yeah.
stuff.
So they have these toys,
Bondage.
these bondage.
Bondage dominatrix.
Yeah, dominatrix.
Balenciaga?
Got these bears. Y'all can't see them, so unfortunately, they're like dominatrix.
Yeah,
They bondage,
Yeah.
and they think it's considered like child abuse, almost like the way that they have it.
They're teddy bears?
They're teddy bears, but have
Oh,
the kids
wow.
posing with them and looking very.
No way.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, come
And she's debating if she's gonna like leave Balenciaga or not based off how they respond.
on.
So there's a movie that came out called Strange World. And black people in it, but the highlight is not the blacks.
Mhm.
It is the LGBTQ whatever
The
Okay.
alphabet community.
alphabet community, because the star is openly gay
Okay.
and they're on this adventure, but they say that the movie flopped in the theaters.
Got you.
They say it's flopped, but they think that Disney did that on purpose. They think that Disney made it flop so they won't have to produce more LGBTQ
Prominent
prominent films or whatever.
Oh,
the
that's
case may
good.
be.
Good.
So
I like that agenda.
so,
I like that agenda.
there's no proof, there's no evidence, but that's just what they're saying right
you
now.
like the agenda of Disney adding more LGBTQ?
No,
Forcing the flop.
They're trying to
of
get
a
the flop. They're
LGBTQ
saying
film.
that Disney didn't put their best quality in this production to make it
so
flop,
that they don't get this.
so
type
that
of
they
thing
don't have
anymore.
to continue.
I keep it being with you.
Oh, okay. I
yeah.
totally.
I'm for
didn't
that.
see a trailer for this movie.
At
No,
all.
I didn't either.
At all.
Not at all.
At all.
I
I
went
didn't-
straight
I
to
don't-
video.
I didn't never heard of
Right.
it. I never
I
heard
went
of it.
right to Disney Plus. Never seen it.
Ah,
Because they also said that the new Santa Clauses.
Yeah,
There's a clip where they said that like it's supposed to, I guess, spell out "I love you Santa," but it actually spells out "I love you Satan." And so people are like telling their kids, don't let your kids watch, because it's in the first episode. They was like, don't let your kids watch the Santa Claus's series because it clearly says, love you, Satan, in
Oh,
there
wow.
instead of love you, Satan.
I gotta see it. I gotta see
Yeah,
it. I gotta see it
that's-
because
Yeah.
people
People
lie.
I did see the
misconstrue it,
trailer for that
and
yesterday.
people Photoshop.
Because all you can do is, they can Photoshop, but if you put the Santa and the little extra ziggers, that's the end. Some people
I
just,
mean, it
fact.
doesn't put it. If they did do it, it wouldn't be past Disney because Disney has done some foul stuff.
They've done worse.
Right,
sure.
the whole movie's voodoo. What movie? Princess and the Frog.
The
That
whole-
girl?
the
Even though
whole
voodoo is
concept
my
of
favorite
this-
Listen, fact. The best part is always valid. So
But,
Yeah.
they've done
Yeah.
worse.
They have.
Other news. Kanye says
Lord.
Adidas they bought his
Fact.
lawyer.
now I
Like,
was,
no,
valid.
like,
I was
the things
listen. I
that
was
he's
trying to give
been
y'all grace
spitting-
today.
No,
I was trying
I'm-
to get a Kanye grace as well.
But
All right,
valid.
no,
Ask about it.
Kanye
Let's
is-
talk about
Kanye is going is under attack.
So we talked all that trash
Like-
about Adidas dropping Kanye
he
when Kanye had already submitted
his resignation.
his.
So because he submitted his
Who's that?
resignation,
That came
They
out
bought-
they went behind his back and got his
His
lawyer
lawyer.
to try to give up his IPs for his business,
Yeah.
so
yeah.
that they could own all his designs and his pretty
Mhm.
much his company. I'm not going for that.
Facts.
So let's before we call Kanye crazy, let's look at the
no, he's
fact.
legit crazy.
No.
No, he's really not.
about certain things.
He's-
No,
I'll say
listen.
this like this: Kanye is you don't know the seat until you're in it. So Kanye
I was
is
just talking about
privy
this last night.
to the details of what's happening in his career
Facts.
and done his due diligence, and he's handling it, and he's calling things and people out,
Yep.
whatever. And
He-
you may not like it, you may like the mannerisms of it, but he's calling them out.
I'm gonna tell you why he's
Kanye
not crazy.
Defender strikes again.
I'm gonna tell you why Kanye is not crazy. No man whose family has been sacrificed is gonna tell you they've been sacrificed.
Yeah.
Kanye stood and said his mother was sacrificed.
But
After
see,
years of
that
the
don't-
public and everybody talking about it's the doctor's fault, it couldn't
Mhm.
be, it's impossible. Kanye outright said, my mother was a sacrifice too.
But
So
the only
if
thing with that though is, and this is the reason why that particular thing I just can't really agree with, is because one, he was famous before his mother died. That's one.
yeah,
Two, after his mother died, he went on a tangent. They wasn't pushing Kanye because Kanye had
because he
freedom
knew they killed his
music.
mother.
he had freedom with the music.
It's
And
they don't
Kanye could have said, and Kanye talked about his mom all the time.
facts.
You know what I mean? I know I ain't got nothing against the boy and his mother. He loved his mother. I love my mama. If my mama died today, I'll be hurt too.
Facts.
Don't get me wrong.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
But when you
Only
know,
thing-
you
my
know.
only issue is that
When you know, you know, yo.
When that is your only connection to be grounded, you know what I mean? It's an issue. You know, it's just like that's like when your grandma died. And now y'all
Well,
still
when
going to
I-
church.
When
know
you
what I'm
get
saying?
married, you leave your mom and them, and you cleave to your wife.
Yeah.
She had a little cleavage, but he was cleaving. So she was the
Listen,
she was the
I
new
just-
ground.
I just
Situation
feel
with
like-
his mom,
Nah,
I wasn't aware, but a
that
lot
Jesus
of
thing, I
Kanye's
don't have
a lot of his behavior and his recklessness and it is definitely erratic behavior.
But
It-
but his recklessness looks like recklessness to us because we're so used to Kanye being how he has been.
Mhm.
So it looks reckless when the man who has everything is going against everything he has. When everything he has is being taken, Job is being taken away from him.
Now, Joe, that's
That's
Not-
a stretch.
It's a stretch,
you
but
drag it.
he's losing his
Drag it.
family. Is he
Mhm.
not?
Her family
He's
gone.
losing his wealth. Is he not?
Well, he losing his family.
He's-
They got divorced.
he's-
Dang.
He's fighting for his wealth, but he's losing it. They're
Mhm.
they're trying to strip him from it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
To say slavery is a choice.
That's him.
It's reckless,
but
and
to
that's
look
kinda
at
crazy.
slavery and say we had more power than they did.
So because
But that's
no
different from
because
No, it's-
when
no.
he said because it's
Yeah,
I
the,
get
the context and what
the
how he
context-
said it.
the way
is
that he
different.
said it in his fullness. I get the understanding of why you say it like that.
Right.
Because it's just like the children of Israel. That in reality, in retrospect, because while you're in it, you just don't know.
Right.
In retrospect, y'all had more force
Yeah. Facts.
together than you had than people who had you enslaved.
Exactly.
But mentally, we wasn't there yet.
Right. It
So
took
for
time.
them to say that slavery was a choice to that degree, I comprehend it.
Yeah.
Because that's retrospect. We can't change it.
We can't change it.
We
We
can't
here now.
rearrange it. We weren't even in that mind space then. Children of Israel was in that mind space then.
Nah.
That wait, it's 5,000 of us and 1,000 of them,
Right.
and we haven't come together to make a give them. So it's messy, but I understood.
Yeah.
I understood in context. I get it.
100%.
I
Because
get it.
I don't know.
to say the least, I kind of felt the same. Like, wait a minute, we got all these black people.
Right.
They're training our black men to kill and fight each other, but we're not mentally strong enough to fight them.
It's not a
You get what I'm saying?
choice
So
if you are going through generations of being raised in that. So if you grew up watching black people hang from trees, yes, we had some outliers
Your
that started the
Your
revolution.
initial fear of white people will be extreme.
Right, the
For
break,
sure.
the
Understood.
breaking the
Valid.
buck.
but we're
So
from
it's not
Africa.
a choice. If
We
that's
seen hostile
No,
before
no,
we.
so watch this. Watch this. I'm gonna say the same thing I really just said.
Yeah,
Because when you're in it,
you don't know it.
you deliver that
Right.
that image, that idea, and that concept. So when you look back at it,
Yeah,
like you did your relationship, like you just did the whole dating situation. When I look back at it in my current mindset now, I can see that we could have done a lot more.
But, it's
But
fine.
the
But I would
truth of
never
the-
say
but
it was a
that's-
choice.
Yeah, but I was gonna say that's totally
So-
different from it being a choice. Now, if he was talking about right now in these moments at this time,
'Cause I think
slavery
context is
a-
important.
Now, if you said
Fact.
right now,
The context of the
It
whole
has to
conversation is
be.
important.
don't get me wrong.
it
like
gotta
I
be
said,
like.
regardless of the context of the conversation and what he said. Okay, in retrospect, in the hindsight, because it's 2020, you know what I'm saying? Could something have happened? Could we have gotten up and did something about it? Yes, I guess at the time, but that's speaking on the total fact about having numbers. That has nothing to do with the mental or the psychological beatdown that was happening on your daily
because
basis.
if that's all you know,
And
it's not
then-
a choice.
Now, like I said, if he would have brought that same thing, that same conversation, and brought it to the time in which he was in when he said it, I would agree with him on that.
Yeah.
Because
So
then in that sense, yes, it is the slavery to what you put out as a musician.
Alright.
That's a choice. The slavery that you have to money, that's a choice. The slavery that you have to a specific lifestyle based on
and
other
the slavery
people's
that we got
is a
today,
choice. But-
going and working, making
as
somebody
far
else
as far
millions
as-
of dollars and punching somebody else's clock. We in that slave mentality, but we can't get out of
is
that,
a-
and we ain't
now,
shaking
like
that.
I
But that's a
said,
choice, and we
that's
choose
a
to go to work
choice.
every day.
Now that's a choice. Now saying the same thing about people that your husband was getting raped and then he getting killed in front of you, to people that your wife was getting raped and you couldn't do nothing about it, to people that they was killing your kids and you couldn't, and breaking your family apart, you couldn't do nothing about it, to people that was going through stuff like that, to tell you that what they went through was a choice, is disrespectful. And
It's not
regardless of
disrespectful.
what
It's
he
not.
said, regardless of what nobody else say, it's disrespectful, and I will not take any of it from anybody.
How is it
Period.
Okay, so
because
to
you're
say it's
saying that
disrespectful.
it was a choice,
All right,
like
stop
they
this.
chose
All right.
to stay
No,
enslaved.
no,
All right, hold on,
That
stop.
makes no
Because
I'm-
when they're raping, right? When they were being raped, it wasn't. We can only go by what the movies tell us.
It's-
Let me say that.
I don't,
It
because
was called breaking
we-
the buck.
It ain't
That's
got
Right,
what-
to
but
it's
at
not
the-
a movie.
but at
You
the end of the
you
day,
you can read it.
how
You
many-
can read what they wrote.
How
You
many
can read what
how
the
many
white
of us
people
were
wrote.
in that room, right? How many black people were in that room versus white people were in that room when the raping was going on? Was it one white person to five
but-
black
but
people?
this
Was
is-
it
but
five
When they
white
were
men
doing-
to
no,
one black
when they
person?
did
But
the-
this is
Like,
the
they
thing.
did a
was
ritual
this-
of breaking
this is
the buck.
thing.
First of all, these people were chained up watching this one situation
Listen,
happen.
Whatever you
That's
say,
not a freaking choice. That
Whatever
is
you
just
say.
not.
whatever you say, at the end of the day,
Nah.
looking back at it, it can be looked at as a choice. What I'm saying, I'm not
But
saying
it's only- but
it was
like I said,
the
it
only
can
choice they
it can-
had.
It can only be looked at as a choice if the way you're seeing it is by the numbers. It's not to say it's a choice because you had more is one thing, But to say it's a
But
choice in
that's a
general,
big thing though.
no,
Because
Because
people,
men,
but the
like
only
granted,
choice- in the
they
minds
have
of
to have the
slaves,
mindset to fight back.
In the minds of a slave, it was either I'm gonna stay enslaved or I'm going to die or I'm gonna try to escape. That was their choices.
Okay, so stop right there. We had all these slaves trying to escape and run away, but none of them standing to try to fight. So you telling me the ones that chose to run, right? They made a choice to run, right? And the other ones that stayed made a choice to stay, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it was a choice.
No.
It was a choice.
No.
Slavery
That'll
was
make this.
So how did we get free slaves?
How you speaking?
Because-
How did we get slaves running away?
But the thing is, the choice was if I run away and get caught, I'm gonna die.
But that was
Or
a choice they were willing to take.
But it was slavery or death. That was the
It was a
choices
risk.
that they had.
You had slaves jumping off of ships because they didn't want to see what was on the other side.
That's
That was a choice.
You're not seeing it. Okay.
What I'm saying is everything that happens is a choice.
Look.
You had people that chose to run and you had people that chose to stay. It was a mental. So that at the end of the day, it was a choice.
But
No matter how you look at it.
But to say that slavery in a general sense is a choice is wrong.
Bro.
It's wrong. It's wrong and it's disrespectful. Regardless of you saying
Slavery was wrong and disrespectful.
Regardless if you say you chose to run or I chose to die or I chose to kill myself in any of these sense. Yes, all of these things could be categorized under decisions that people made to avoid something or decisions somebody made for the better or for the worse of whatever they was doing. But to say that slavery, that action, the years that went into it, to say that the people that went through that made a choice to just deal with something that you couldn't run away from unless you killed yourself.
No,
That wasn't on top of that, to have an understanding that if we all die, our stories is never told. If we all die, our legacy is never told.
If we never die, this country would never be built on our backs.
If we all die,
they would have had to build this country by themselves.
No, they wouldn't got more slaves.
And every slave killed themselves. They would have had to do this by themselves.
Once again, if we all,
but to kill yourself is not
to
about
kill
your
myself
choice either.
But that's to you. Would you go through slavery or would you kill yourself?
I can't answer that question.
You can't answer that question because I would kill myself rather than go through slavery.
I can't because people say this all the time. If I was in slavery, they would have
sit
to kill
through
me.
So you would sit through it?
People would have said that.
So you're choosing to sit through it. That's a choice to me, right?
All the time. If I was in slavery, they would have had to kill me. When you are surrounded by that atmosphere, you conform.
Bruh, you're not surrounded by a bunch of scared folks.
What Kanye was saying when he said, when Kanye was said that slavery is a choice, he was talking about being enslaved in our mind mentally as a race, as we were then, as we are now in places.
Facts.
So now he brought up as a new idea to like, listen, this is a different way of thinking.
Thank you.
So so when I say slavery is a choice, Harriet Tubman had a different idea.
Facts.
During that time. Nate Turner had a different idea. And they tried to bring as much as they could, who they could. People lost, people died along the way.
Facts.
I get it. But the idea and the idea of the content of the conversation is that mentally we have been in bondage. And that goes to what you just said. You've seen the white man do what he did to us, which aided to us continually be in bondage. That's where we are. And what he was saying is we can't continue on like that. So slavery is a choice. You got to be willing to step outside of the box, of the confines of what you've been fed to, because you've been fed this. You've been abused by this. You've been dealt this hand. So my problem is always this: when they just take the snippet.
Yeah.
And then they run the snippet.
And run with it.
And they run the snippet. And they run the snippet. And they run the snippet. And then nobody, not to say nobody, but
I was looking for
how often do we figure out the whole context of what he's saying? The whole context.
This is why I said to bring it up as a concept and to bring it into a mindset.
Right. But
right now, I wouldn't argue with you on that, because the concept of being enslaved and the concept of having the mindset of staying enslaved is a choice as far as it goes with you right now and what you're doing, of what we are doing.
in present.
Okay.
In present
But
day.
why-
Okay,
but
so
you-
stop.
you
Hold on,
can't
hold on,
limit
hold on.
that,
Wait,
because
no,
if
no.
that's the case, then I don't have a choice now to be free.
Thank you. But let me say this.
Because
At the end of the
You get what I'm
day,
saying?
we wouldn't have the Nat Turners and we wouldn't have the Harriet Tubmans if
somebody had to think
it wasn't a choice.
And I am not saying that other people didn't have other thoughts.
But that's what I'm saying though.
I'm saying as a collective of people that
There wasn't a collective, because if it was a collective, everybody
that dealt with one particular thing that everyone was dealing with all at the same time.
and not everyone was scared
And
to run.
And that's
Not
a lie.
everyone-
Everybody was scared.
Okay, you're right.
Turner was
No,
scared.
you are absolutely
Harriet
right.
Tubman was
They were
scared.
terrified,
Everybody
but they were
was
willing to
scared.
put their
That-
lives on the
I'm not
line
talking
to get
about-
to
I'm
freedom.
not talking about you having fear, and I'm not even talking about you not wanting to get away. I'm not talking about people not fighting back. all these things, I'm not saying that didn't occur. They did. But to say that slavery for all of us to be slaves was a choice, especially after you was taken from a place to be in another place.
Yes,
that you
and
don't
this.
know.
Okay,
And
stop.
I'ma
Stop.
explain it
Listen,
to you.
because
I'ma
you're
explain it to
repeating
no, 'cause
yourself,
I'ma
and you're
explain
not.
it to you in a better sense.
Welcome
Go
to
ahead.
Fire
I'm explaining to you in a better
716
Please.
Radio.
right now, I know at least 200 people right now
Mhm,
is in the hospital right now.
mhm.
That if I let them out that hospital right now, even though they don't want to be there, they never want to be there. If I let them out and gave them a day, they gonna come back. Want to know why? Because this is all they know.
You're right.
And
That might
because-
be.
and that's what I'm trying to say.
But then
To
you
say
have
something is
some
to say something is a
that want
choice.
their freedom.
To say something is a choice when this is all you know. You in a land you know nothing about. You in a place you know nothing
But
about.
that's-
it does take
that's
a
us
mindset
always,
of
though.
somebody
Facts.
to go out and do something
Until somebody comes in and pressures
I
me.
am not saying that that's
Listen.
not true. It took Jesus to come and save a people. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is historically in the mindset that you in now, we can go and say slavery is a choice and judge people for making a choice.
It's not a
When-
judgment.
And judge people for making a choice to stay in something, for their family to stay in something, for the blood to keep running. Because if we all died, none of us would be here. If we
But
die,
yo,
but I go back.
they gotta go
I
back.
go
Okay,
back
stop
to the
for a
basics
second,
of
They
it.
go back
Okay.
and they keep bringing them. We keep dying.
All right, Daniel.
Now you don't
Okay,
got no black
Daniel.
people. Then
Okay,
what?
Daniel. Okay,
No, but then
Daniel.
I go-
Okay, Daniel.
Then
Because
what? No,
okay.
because I want you to know it sounds
Right, and I want
It
you to
doesn't
know
sound
that you
Yes,
sound
it
stupid.
does. No, I don't.
Okay,
It's not getting it.
listen, but
That's
you're
what I'm
not getting
trying
it
to say.
either.
Yes, I do. To say something is a choice.
But you
that
won't
we
let
all
me
are
speak.
dealing with.
But you're not
To say
talking. You
we
won't let
can
me
say
talk.
something
We'll be
that don't
back.
make
The
any-
conversation
that
is
we all
hot
are
back here.
dealing
We'll
with,
be
we
back.
gotta
Got
deal
some
with.
music
That's
for you
crazy.
on Fire 716. Let's go. Let's get it.
So you tell
That's
me.
crazy.
All right, so you
That's crazy. That's like
Dude,
if he-
okay,
if he
I
shot
get
my-
it.
if he
Okay,
shot my
stop.
dad right now.
Bruh,
I'm
stop.
dealing with it.
But
What?
you're just louder than me right now. That's it. You're not making true facts, because at the end of the day, I still feel how I feel. You have the Harriet Tubmans and you have the Nat Turners who stood against what everybody else was afraid of, right?
Rally.
Right. So at the end of the day, they made a choice to fight against slavery, right? To go to freedom, right?
But
to run
but
north.
to say
Stop.
that
Don't
slavery
interrupt me,
is
because
a
I didn't
whole-
always interrupt
To
you.
say slavery
Right.
as
So
a
stop
whole is a
interrupting me. Don't
choice.
interrupt me.
But
Don't interrupt me.
It's wrong.
But no, it's not, because at the end of the day, you have
right.
people who chose not to stay in it. So where does the choice stop? Where do you make the choice? That's what I'm saying. You keep saying it's wrong and disrespectful. No.
Because
How is okay? Stop.
You're
No,
having-
let me
You
finish.
asked the question.
But no, I'm not done talking though.
He talk.
Facts.
Ask the question
So at the end of the day, where did the idea of running come from? If everybody was so scared, right? Where did the idea? Oh, I'm not standing for this. If everybody was so scared, and so was it disrespectful for her to run to freedom? Was it disrespectful for them to gather other slaves who said they were scared and to go run to freedom? No, it wasn't. It couldn't be. Why? Because they were free at the end of the day, and they weren't in bondage. But yet and still, you want to call me disrespectful because I feel like we could have fought back because there was evidence that there was fighting back.
I didn't say you were disrespectful for thinking that you could have done.
But you said I was
anything.
disrespectful for saying
I
that
said
it was
it's-
wrong.
I said it's
for saying it was a choice.
I said it's disrespectful to say
say
that
it was a choice.
as a people and as a whole, that everybody that was going through slavery made a choice, and because they made that choice, that they should have made a different choice.
Yes.
To say that a group of people made the wrong choice to extend their lives the one way that they knew how to extend their lives is wrong.
No. Okay, I get what you're saying, 100%. For the betterment of them to be able to live, right? But who wants to live in bondage?
The world.
Who? Who? You want to live in bondage?
I said the world.
The world.
The world is living in a bondage.
The world is
You're-
living in bondage.
Because
Okay.
what you're really talking about
Spiritual
In a
thing.
whole.
what you're talking about is okay.
Right. Spiritually, the world.
I'm granted where we are in slavery.
Facts.
Once again, when Kanye spoke, he was talking about the mindset of the black race and being in bondage.
Facts.
And in retrospect, it's always in
It's
retrospect.
always.
You're not in it. You're not there. Had we had more people fighting, we could have had a better outcome.
Facts.
Because the truth of the matter is, even let's bring it current.
Yeah.
We spend the most money now.
Yeah.
We are really,
And that's what I'm saying. If
on
this
that
was
really
in the
top
context
tier.
of today, I wouldn't have debated
I
that.
wasn't debating.
When I
But
saw the
even
full
even
clip,
then, because we're
But when I
still-
saw the
but-
full
but-
clip,
because
it
we're
was
still
different.
we are still being fed the
But-
system.
But
Exactly.
We are
it's in
still
a-
being fed. You get what I'm saying?
but all of that is retrospect and hindsight.
But no,
But-
let's
but-
pause. I'm talking about right now
Let's
today.
talk right
But the
now,
full
though.
clip wasn't talking about right now.
No,
the full clip was talking about slavery
I'm
in
out
the
of
past.
I'm out of Kanye.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Well,
legit.
that's what brought
That's
the
what we was-
conversation.
that's
Listen,
what
but
I'm
no,
talking about.
but I'm about to make it make sense.
Let's-
Because right now, the system is still feeding us the same way.
Exactly.
It is still treating us the same way. But it takes some people to think outside the box, to provoke some people to make some adjustment to advance. The poverty line, we still there. We're still here. We still have a slave mentality to the system because that's what's been fed to us. And we believe that if we don't flow with the system, that we won't survive.
Facts.
That same systematic approach is here.
Facts.
But there are people here showing us that you can operate outside the system,
And
that you
survive.
can provide outside the system. So now today we have a choice to be millionaires, to do other things, other resources. Now back then, I get it. There were some people in a slavery time who showed up to the scene who had the ability to change mindset. It didn't change them all. I
Facts.
get it. So when Kanye makes this statement that slavery is a choice, the concept is a state of mind. Listen, that the state of mind had to be changed. And we were already in captive 400 years, but what would have happened if we changed our mind back then and took the risk back then that comes with our family? We might die.
We might die.
We might lose. We might.
But that wasn't the context of the video.
No,
But
that's
no,
not-
that's the
that's
context
the
that I'm
context of the
speaking from.
conversation.
That's
was
that's
the-
what
that
I'm
was-
saying.
That what I'm saying. Your interpretation. When I actually saw the video, because I looked at
The
the clip.
entire clip, and because what I can't do is just.
I'm not talking about
no.
just the
Talking about
slavery
the
and the
whole
choice, the
video.
whole clip.
Yeah,
Because they
None of-
asked him questions in the whole clip, and he was talking about slavery in the past, not the mind frame of people now. So for me, having
You
even
watched
back then,
the
but
entire interview?
I'm saying,
yes,
And he not once
And
spoke
I'm
on
saying-
systematic slavery.
he
Yeah, he
talked.
did.
No, at the end of the video, he spoke about now that we've come into the knowledge, let's break this. That was the end of his video. But when they
Right.
were asking him about his actual statement about slavery, he went in on slaves like they didn't have a choice, and that's not cool.
That's not how that went all the way.
That's not cool.
Because
That's what he said, though.
Listen,
I would love to stay and argue, but I got work study.
we got 2 minutes.
Yeah, I got to go.
I
But
just-
even outside,
That's what I. That's
but
all
even
I'm saying.
even outside of the slavery thing, to sit there and say George Floyd died of fentanyl and not a cop's neck or knee on his neck, still disrespectful, still
but-
wrong.
But is it the truth?
Okay, but is it the truth?
He died because the man's knee was on his neck and he couldn't breathe.
But was he on fentanyl at the time?
He had fentanyl in his system.
Okay,
yes.
so
but
so-
he died
but-
because of a knee is on his neck. You can't justify this.
okay,
This is the one
it's not a
situation.
justification, but stop, slow down.
Because people
Slow
been
down.
trying to justify
Slow
this
down,
forever.
slow down,
Don't make
slow
no
down. Was if the fentanyl was in his system, fentanyl plays with the heart. It can cause your heart to stop. So the with the neck on it, the knee on the neck could have been added to that problem.
The knee on the neck blocked his airways and he couldn't breathe, and that's
Absolutely,
what caused
but
him
the
to
heart
die.
was weak, so he couldn't fight.
If a person puts their knee on your neck and blocks
You're
your
not gonna
airways,
die.
you
They do it in
can't
MMA.
breathe, and you will die.
They do it in MMA.
No.
They do it in MMA.
but in MMA, a referee come
And he'll break it up.
and break you up.
Fact.
They,
Exactly.
they did it.
But at the
nigga
same
was
time,
there for 20 minutes.
no, he was not down there for 20
he was
minutes.
on his neck for 8
It
straight
It
minutes.
takes 30 seconds. It takes 30 seconds for a triangle choke to put you unconscious. 30 seconds, 10 seconds actually. You can count it in your head and then knock them out. 8 minutes.
It's not to say the fentanyl didn't help.
It has nothing to do with the
The
fentanyl.
fentanyl-
But you don't know that.
To bring up fentanyl in that situation was for what? I think it's silly.
And then that's why he retracted, and that's why he blamed George Floyd's family money because he knew he was wrong. I see y'all win.
That's all I'm saying. Crazy. That's all
Final
I'm saying.
thoughts.
I'm down. And don't get me wrong. Even though people think Kanye is crazy, I do not think Kanye is crazy, especially when it comes to certain things. Everybody know that Jewish people run it. The only thing I had to say about him losing the thing to Adidas was like, bruh, if that wasn't a goal, you knew saying that was going to cause you problems.
Facts.
You know what I'm
was
saying?
a factor, but
I
not the top line.
have no issues.
Got you. So it was a factor.
I have no problems with what you said. You know what I'm saying? Like Dave Chappelle said in the skit SNL.
Facts.
Certain things you just don't talk about. You let it go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's we know.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad that you said nothing. You know what I'm saying? Consequences always gonna come with you if you speak in a certain thing. And that's just how history is in general.
He had a larger heart.
You know what I'm saying?
He had an enlarged heart.
Mm-hmm.
See,
and that's what
So he
happened with,
required more.
and that's what happened with anything.
he required more.
The oxygen and stuff because his heart was large.
Got you. So
This
the
fact
neck,
that there's so that
the
ain't-
neck is the knee is the cause of death, but the fentanyl is what assists in the death
as well, yeah. So,
because any normal person could survive that.
And that's fine. But the thing is, like, to say that just out
right,
Right.
yeah.
To disregard the cop
is
like
like,
preposterous.
what are you doing?
I got you,
That's
100%.
That's my issue.
But
Fine.
but we
You know
have
what I'm
to
saying?
further
because
elaborate on things,
you know Kanye
He different.
because different. And what the thing is holding certain people accountable
That part, yes.
as well. Because as much as that white man fought
Yes,
for his demise, we engaged
he
in some
played a
stuff
part.
that we shouldn't be engaged in as well.
Absolutely.
That's not to take
But
away
shoot,
from.
Shoot, that's also
Right.
saying,
Let's
like,
do-
you know, you were
All right, I guess
smoking,
let's give him.
smoking was gonna kill you.
No facts.
But you got
knew
shot.
smoking
You know
was-
what I'm saying? That's like when he was smoking too. Okay.
This is facts. Fire 716, your boy be Frank. I don't know if y'all been listening, but it's been hot. It's been heated.
Oh man,
Listen. It's Kanye. Listen, it's Kanye.
He's like, yo, bro, man, he got shot, man. Like, he got shot on Tuesday, man. Man, pray for his family. Yo, man, but remember, man, he was like smoking.
He was a cigarette
Smoking
smoker.
on Monday.
He been smoking his whole life.
Smoking his whole life.
Yo.
Okay, bro.
I'm gonna go try to make some money
That's all
real
I'm
quick.
saying.
Listen, quick words of inspiration. We 3 minutes over. Yeah,
Man,
full context. All I'm
full context.
No problem.
Get the
No.
details.
yeah.
I have no problem with you saying something, but when the time is over for a thing, don't go back to the thing
Facts.
with other information that
No, valid.
did not matter in the
Valid,
situation
valid.
that had happened. Like, bruh,
Facts.
that's wild. My man got to a car accident. Man, that's crazy. Man, you know he drive kind of fast though. Well, yeah, I guess. But my guy, 2 months later, he drives fast every day.
He drives fast every day.
2 months later though, like,
Yo.
okay, bro, like that's all.
Facts.
No disrespect. Love Kanye. Hope he get better. I
No,
hope
for sure.
God heal my boy heart and his soul and his mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just
I don't think he crazy.
I don't think
I don't even
crazy.
think he's
I just
mentally
think that
ill.
he's saying certain things. One, he says some things out
He's
of context.
pushing the envelope.
He says some things out of context.
Yes.
And then other times he says things without explaining himself.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
and that is where the issue comes from.
Yeah.
Especially with our people, because if you don't explain yourself right then and there, they will pick it up and they will
Run with it. Valid. Valid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That
You
part.
go say something that you think is controversial. Explain yourself. That's all
But
I'm
see,
asking
I
about
feel
you.
like I honestly feel like
That's all-
not
that's all.
explaining yourself opens up conversation though.
I think explaining yourself opens up
Like-
debate though.
It
You know
does
what I
like
mean?
it helps
Mm.
it helps the debate, but like this conversation that we just had,
Yeah.
right? Heated,
Yeah.
crazy, wow. But that's only because he didn't explain himself to like you know
Right,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So like if he would have explained himself, we wouldn't have anything to argue about, you know. But we can always have that. We can still have that conversation about it. You know what I'm saying? But Right.
It don't have
Okay.
to be what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
No,
absolutely.
facts.
Okay, so this is what he meant. Oh,
It's
all
facts.
Right,
Well, look, though,
right.
I still don't really agree. That's one thing.
Facts.
You know what I mean? But to just say something.
And that's
you
what
have
we're gonna have
contextless,
we gonna have to do
explanationless.
we gonna have
Open
to
It's like
conversation.
open.
we gonna have to do some deep researching then because we got to
Yeah.
come correct because I always find myself I always find myself in heated arguments when the context of the conversation isn't
It's
there
not
and it's
there.
a snippet.
Facts.
And then I always challenge. That's my problem. Being
And that's the point.
being
Like,
the antagonist.
which is fine. But
Yeah.
this is why I don't be on things like TikTok
and social media.
because
Facts.
they're not going to give you everything.
Not
Now, if
gonna
I
give you
watch a
everything.
YouTube video,
That's a
Yeah.
whole.
that's a
whole
thing.
different thing. A
You know
full
what I mean?
interview, legit.
I would never watch Vlad on TikTok because I know
Vlad be-
Yo, Vlad is a cop,
he
bro.
asks it, and I know he asks a wild question. So if he put the snippet out and my man just saying wild stuff, I'm like, what you asking though, Vlad?
Right.
This ain't coming
Yo,
till 30 minutes
facts.
after. You don't talk my man down the rabbit hole. Like, he had no choice. He
What did you start with?
He either answer it or he leave. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Ain't nobody gonna
Facts.
leave Vlad, 'cause everybody listen to Vlad.
Fact.
Popularity.
Listen, my words of wisdom, real quick, is trust God. That's all I got. Let's go down, y'all. I'll let you. We holler at y'all Wednesday. First,
Yeah.
716 Big Frank in the morning. Let's go. Let's get it.
Oh, what's her name? She's that joint today, right?
Huh?
She got what's on that seven?
She got what at 7?
Inspire.